Hey, hello there, good afternoon, welcome back to YouGarden TV, gardening for everybody. My name's Shaun, I love gardening, as many of you will know. This young lady, get this in,
hey,
Bex,
I'll take that.
also absolutely loves gardening. She's had 8 weeks off, so she's been gardening every day, haven't you?
I have been. I've been in my garden more this summer than I have any other time, and it's been absolutely glorious. I love it.
Well, we are so delighted that you've joined us for our second live show today, but you might be brand new, so we just want to tell you a few things about us. So, YouGarden provided the plants on our other channel that worked on Ideal for many, many years. We are working directly with them. So our wonderful potting shed, I'd love this in my garden. It's huge, it's wonderful. This is our studio. We're right in the middle of the nursery.
We are.
Which is wonderful. You just saw the nursery, over 11 acres, and that enables us to bring you the freshest, the best plants, delivered and dispatched. We're going to say within a week right now. But we want you to save money, and we've got some fantastic offers just for watching the show. So this is free with every single order, but you do need to put the offer code in, which is YGTV9. And you always, if you're ordering from the TV show, you always have to put that in your basket, that code there, because that gives you free gifts and it gives you the best prices. The prices come down when you put that code in, but this is worth nearly £5. It's the fertiliser that both Bex and I use, and Peter, well look, we all use this, and it is the best fertiliser I've ever seen, worth the best part of £5. And in a nutshell, why is it so good, Bex?
Because it's going to feed your plants. It's going to give them the best flowers possible, the bigger bumper fruits. It's packed with all the important nutrients that you need. It's got nitrogen and phosphorus, it's your NPK and all.
Yeah.
It's going to give it strong roots, strong stems, great flowers, bumper crops of fruit. Our plants need more than just water, just like we do. We cannot live on water alone, and our plants are exactly the same. If you've seen those gardens and you think, have they got such beautiful blooms and things in their garden? The reason is that they are feeding their plants, and this is fantastic, complete fertiliser for use all over your garden.
And when we talk about feeding your plants, we're not talking about a beige snack. We're talking about a three-course meal.
Oh yeah.
With lots of veg and goodness in there. So that is free with every single order, but you need to put in YGTV9. Now, something else that is amazing is our YouGarden discount club. Loads of new members already. I'm a new member.
Yep, I need to join. I'm not joined yet. Hands up, but I will be joining.
You had 8 weeks to join.
I know, right?
No, but you've been busy in the garden. You need to join today, and I'll tell you why. Because for just £5 a year, or £10, £5 if you go for auto renewal, but you can cancel at any time, so go for that one, or £10 for just 1 year. All you do is pop that in your basket. So we're going to show you right now. By the way, to get back into the TV show, you just press that banner at the top. So we've made it even easier. If you ever are ordering and you come out of the TV show, you just go to that banner and you're straight back in. So this is what you need to do. At the top, join here. There it is. 10% off every plant and accessory, that includes compost, 5% off every outdoor living and gift order. So we do have great lawn mowers and gardening equipment. We work on low margins on those, but you still get 5% discount. You get £20 worth of garden vouchers. You can use those throughout the year. You use one every 3 months, so that's £20 worth. It's almost like cash, isn't it? And then exclusive offers, competitions and expert advice. You can either go for, and most people have done it, you can go for the auto renewal, which has got £15 off this afternoon. That's only £5 a year, but you can cancel at any time. If you ever decide you don't want any more plants from us, that's fine. Or if you just go for the 1 year membership, that's still only £10 a year, and it was £20. And honestly, that is going to save you a fortune over the year. It really, really is. So use your offer code, become a club member, and you will be a very happy gardener. And you will get your free gifts, of course, as well. We've got a wonderful afternoon with you. We've got brand new items, got some favourites, we've got some last ofs, haven't we?
Yep.
But we are going to start off. Our plant of the month has already sold out. It was a Pansy Cool Wave. Don't worry, because we have got some ready-made baskets coming up with Pansy Cool Wave, if that's what you're searching for. But we've also got our brand new plant of the week. We've called it Plant of the Week because we only think there's enough stock for a week, and it's the Pansy Matrix Mixed. What gorgeous pansies these are, aren't they?
I adore pansies. I love the little faces that you have inside these flowers. I say little though. Your Pansy Matrix mix, they have the big flowers on them. Look at the size of those. Huge flowers, lightly scented. You've got that wonderful mix of those really vibrant colours included in there as well. These are going to banish all of those winter blues because you plant these out now. This is the time. Get them home. They're garden ready. Plant them out. They've got time to establish and get some good strong roots. And then come, I mean, they're in flower now, but these are going to flower all the way through the winter for you. They're going to flower right up potentially until sort of May, June next year. But these are also perennials. So pansies, I've discovered, they go a bit quiet and a bit to sleep during the summer months. They don't like all the hot sun. Too hot, I'm going to go sleep. Yeah. But then they wake back up again because these are perennials, so they will give you even bigger and better displays year on year. They naturally will form little clumps so that you can divide these as well. And these are just going to be so colourful, so bright. Put them in your window boxes, put them in some pots, put them into your borders so that you have gorgeous displays to lighten up those dark winter days.
And if some of your summer bedding, like mine is looking a little bit sad, now not all of it, but some things have gone over a bit, get your winter bedding in now, and as Bex was saying, if you plant it now, it's got a lot more time. There's still a lot of light. The days are still fairly long. It's still warm. It gets, it just gives the pansies a bit more time to really get established. Sometimes I've planted winter bedding a little bit too late, and it's kind of been a bit static during the really cold months. So get it growing now, and look how healthy these are. Wonderful. When you think of roots, you want lots of gorgeous white roots. You don't want brown roots. You don't want to see no roots, No. Sometimes I'm not funny, but if you buy bedding sometimes from the supermarkets and things, and you get them out the containers, hardly any roots visible. Look at those. Yeah, they're strong, aren't they?
Honestly, strong, healthy plants, garden ready. 20 of them, and bear in mind, these are going to spread by. They're not massive, but 20 by 20 centimetres times 20. So this is a large area that you're going to cover with these garden ready plants. I absolutely adore them. I always say it with pansies, but I feel like Alice in Wonderland whenever I look at them because they've got those gorgeous faces on the plants as well.
And so free delivery, postage is included on those, and they're 410034. They were really popular on our early show. We're live right now, by the way, so lovely to have your company this afternoon. And we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, and we are live on the YouGarden website as well. Do you know what? We've got off to a cracking start, and we are so looking forward for building the show, showing you more things outside the nursery, and hopefully you're going to learn a lot from watching the shows every single week with us as well. Peter was with us on the shows, but he's on holiday again.
He's always on holiday.
He really is, yeah, it really is.
That's the boss.
He's the boss, yeah.
I don't mind. If he's on holiday, I get to be here, so that's fine.
But if Peter's watching... Hello, Peter, if you are watching. Hello, Mum, by the way. My mum's so glad to see the gardening shows back. Hello, Mum. Peter, if you're watching, he may have noticed I've forgotten to mention one thing. We've forgotten to mention one thing.
Oh, no, what have we forgotten?
Postage.
Oh, so yes.
This is great. This is really good. You only pay postage on once. So whatever the heaviest, biggest item is, whatever's got the largest P&P, say we've got an oleander coming up, obviously that's big, that's going to be a little bit more to post to you, but you'll only pay the P&P once. So you can buy 100 things, but you'll only pay one postage and packaging. Also, if you are calling, it's a local rate number. I think it's about 5p a minute.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so if you want to call, it's only 5 pence a minute. We did have a bit of feedback on YouTube earlier. People said, oh, hang on, the prices aren't the same. When I go into the show, the website, they're different and things like that. What happens is you put the code in and the prices come down. So if you don't do it, it won't, you won't get the best prices. So just to show you here, so we've put together an order, but we got a little reminder, join our club today and save £9. Sounds good to me. So we're going to do that because the club's only £5 on auto renewal, which you can cancel any time. So now we've saved £9 by just spending £5. But we're in pocket there, aren't we? Yeah. We are in pocket there.
Absolutely.
But it's saying, do you have an offer code? Yes, you do. And it is YGTV9. That is a special code for this show. Apply that and suddenly, look at that, you've got your blooming fast, that's magically appeared in the basket. Then you get all of the extra savings and discounts. So you must do that every time you order on one of the TV shows. Right.
Look at the size of that saving.
I know,
that's
huge.
Incredible.
I know.
All right, that's good.
It's brilliant.
That's really good.
So I've already placed 2 orders since I've been working it, 2 big orders. Now, we'll let you into secret. we only planted this up in the break, didn't we?
Yeah, in the break between our shows. You should have seen Shaun's face. In actual fact, I took a picture. I'm going to post it later.
Oh, okay.
So follow us on Facebook or Instagram if you want to see. But his little face, he was so happy planting this up, weren't you?
Well, I wasn't. It was Jenny who puts the show together. It was her idea, and Craig helped us. But we wanted to show you how gorgeous these urns can look. And you actually get, and the price on these is incredible, a pair for $24.99. They're pretty much half price today. Club members, you'll get £2.50 off those as well, so it'd work out £11 something each, which is incredible. But don't they look spectacular?
They really do look spectacular. Now these are a step above the pots that you'll have in your garden, because these have that classic urn shape to them.
And there is a bit of grandeur, wouldn't you say?
There's definitely grandeur. These definitely look like designer inspired. They look expensive. They look heavy, but they're not. These are made of plastic. They're made of UV stabilized, durable plastic as well. So these are going to last you for year after year after year, because they're not going to break down because of too much sunshine and all the rest of it.
Or frost, of course.
Or frost, indeed. But because they're plastic, it means they are much more lightweight than they would be if they were stone or terracotta or something.
Sometimes you do move pots around, don't you?
I do it loads now.
Yeah, I do, depending on where a plant needs to be, where the sun is, whatever, what the season is. But they really easy to move around. But all we've done, then these pansies are on a website as well, if you love those colours. We've put one of the grasses in from earlier.
Yeah, the red, I've forgotten what it's called.
The Baron Red?
Imperata, Red Baron, that's it, Imperata. Yeah, that's gone in the middle. I think these are absolutely stunning. Now, these look great with those kinds of plants in. They could be one of those amazing feature plants that you put in here as well. The fact that you're getting a pair of them, I think, is awesome, because I love that symmetry. I'm all into the pairing, either side of a doorway, either side of a gate, either side of your patio or your seating area or something. But the price on this is phenomenal to get both of those.
And we have got some wonderful bulbs coming up later. We've got alliums, we've got tulip queen of night. Imagine some of your spring flying bulbs.
Yeah, lovely.
Those gorgeous urns. The value is incredible. They look wonderful, and you really should have those for years, if not decades. All right, we're so happy in our potting shed with all these gorgeous plants and products. It's wonderful, isn't it? Right. One of the best-selling, the best-selling product
The best,
ever,
absolutely.
From YouGarden. So YouGarden provided all the plants on our previous channel. The compost was always the best seller, but also it was the highest rated in terms of reviews as well. And we have got it back today on the telly. I know lots of you streamers on your TVs and YouTube and Facebook and live on the website. We are going to give you 100 litres for $24.98, and you will get your free gift, which is... No, it's all right.
You go on.
We've got loads of them. You've got your Blooming Fast with $4.99 just sent to YGTV, of course, at 9. So, Bex... there will be some viewers today that have never bought our compost.
Yeah.
And it is a professional compost, isn't it?
It's premium professional compost, and that's not just some clever name that we've given it to make you think it's better than it is.
Not a bit of marketing, it's no.
Premium professional, that'll make it sound better than it is. No, this is genuinely it's the best compost I have ever used. And I've used, I bought some from the garage forecourt, I bought some from shopping, garden centres.
And I have run out, but nothing has ever come close to this.
I am absolutely blown away with the results that I have seen using this compost, and so are the thousands of people that have reviewed this over the years. It is absolutely incredible. This is the compost that the nursery uses, and they use it for many reasons, because they see results. This is a business. They cannot afford for a crop of plants to fail.
No.
Peter would go bankrupt if that happened. They have to ensure success, and one of the ways that they ensure success is by using this compost for a few different reasons. This is why it works. Let's talk about the texture. It's amazingly light, friable, airy texture that you've got here. As I squeeze that together and then release it, look at how it falls away and breaks away. The texture of this means that roots are able to get in here. They can breathe, they can grow, they can spread, and they can form a really strong base. Something with a strong root structure is then going to mean that you get better success above ground. Of course, it's all about having that strong foundation. And we can show you on the picture here. One grown in the premium professional compost, one grown in just a bog standard compost. And you can absolutely see the difference there. Now above ground, they both look great, don't they? They both look like they're doing really well. But as they grow and get bigger, as they're having to deal with differing, changing weather conditions, because hey, let's face it, we're in the UK, it's a nightmare, isn't it? We never know what we're going to get.
Yeah, and especially with climate change.
Yeah, well, one of them's going to get bigger and better. One of them's going to give you better blooms, bigger flowers, more bumper crops of fruits. And of course, it's going to be the one with that strong root structure.
And can I suggest as well, if you, because there's two main times that are great for planting, as many of you will know, and we talk about obviously the autumn and the spring.
Yeah.
I always, when I'm planting, because my garden's quite exposed, I live in the countryside, so it's lovely views, but it's quite exposed. So I always, when I'm planting plants in my beds and borders, I always put some of the premium compost around them. Gives them a great start.
Really good start.
Gets that root system going.
I've been using it in my garden because I live in a very clayey soil area. It is the thickest, claggiest, horrible stuff. I've planted stuff before and it's just bleh. It's failed. But what I've been doing is digging this in, creating a big space, putting some of this into the holes. I am amazed at the results that I'm seeing from the things that I've planted because of not only the texture, which we've talked about, but also the ingredients in here. So let's talk you through those. We have 3 different types of peat, both black and white peat. Now the content of that has been reduced over the years. Less than 50% of the volume is made up of that peat now. And it's been replaced with scientifically backed, perfect combinations of composted wood fibres that help with that texture, that also help with even water distribution, with water retention. Hopefully I'll be able to find one, but there's little green balls inside here as well.
There, I saw a green ball there.
Well done, there it is. So that is a slow release fertiliser.
I think he's just moved now.
That's going to stay.
Oh, there you go.
It's going to stay active for a good 6 months whilst your plants are planted into here as well. We've got lime in there to balance out the pH. We've got a wetting agent in here, and it's all exact quantities every single time. So if you're buying this now and then you buy it again in the springtime, you'll have the same quantities.
I must have opened hundreds of bags of these over the years, and I've never ever. That's how they arrive, by the way. So it is a professional premium compost.
Yep.
That's why it's white label, so to speak. And I can honestly say I must have opened hundreds of bags, and every single one has been outstanding.
Yeah.
I've never opened one and it's all dark or a little bit wet.
So good.
It does smell good.
People think I'm crazy, but
No, it does.
honestly, it smells delicious.
I thought it does.
Genuinely.
It does. Because sometimes compost you open at the bag and it's
It
like...
can smell a bit musty, can't it?
But not with our premium compost.
it
You
smells
will
really
get... we got the details on the screen for your Blooming Fast. That is free when you put YGTV9 in your basket. So when you put that special code in your basket, you'll get your free, obviously, Blooming Fast and any other promotions that are currently happening on YouGarden TV. 100125 for the 100 litres of premium compost. But it's really good. And that is including your postage, by the way. So postage is included. If you've been smart and you've become a member of our club, it's only £5, remember, on auto renewal, but you can cancel any time. £5 a year. You'll save £2.50 on this. If you buy 2 lots of compost, you've got your £5 back.
There you go.
I know, so we are getting a lot of new club members. I think we've got over 40,000 now. But we have got some new tulips.
Ooh.
And we can't sing it now, but there's a song.
I can't stop singing it.
I know, we've got it in our heads now, called Queen of the Night. It was a Lady Gaga song, wasn't it?
Ooh, yeah.
That's it.
No, I'm not allowed to sing it anymore.
And then it goes, anyway. But this really is an outstanding tulip. It's almost black, isn't it, this one?
It is almost black, but then when you get the light shining on it, you'll see these kind of deep burgundy colours.
Yeah,
I think
it's rich and decadent, isn't it?
Decadent, that is the perfect word to describe these. They are sumptuous. And look at that.
God.
Yeah, I do love purples. Purples are just my absolute favourites. So Queen of the Night, very, very popular tulip. It contrasts and works just harmoniously with, brighter or maybe even pastel colours, or do what we were talking about earlier, the purple and the white together. That's really classy, really designer.
We'll give you the details on these because we have got an amazing price. You get 20.
You do.
Delivery is included.
Yep.
And look at them. They're dramatic.
They are
decadent. There's nothing, kind of wishy-washy and bland about these. They're statement tulips, aren't they?
Absolute statements, yes. And they're just ridiculously hardy as well. Tulips, you probably know this already, but you plant them out and they just keep coming back for you every single year. They will keep flowering. They will naturalise if you leave them in the ground. If you put them into pots, what I've started doing is then taking them out the pots and then plant them into the borders. And then every year my borders get bigger and better every single year. I love a tulip, and it just heralds the start of spring and warmer days, doesn't it?
Well, like I say, there are so many wonderful varieties now as well. These are exceptional. Now, when it comes to our bulbs, we always choose the best bulbs, Dutch-grown bulbs in general. Really good size on these. So all of our bulbs are designed to give you a fantastic flower. Sometimes you buy bulbs and you get different sizes, and some of the smaller ones are maybe not mature enough to produce a flower. All of ours are outstanding quality. They're all of really good size. There's an embryo of a tulip already in there, ready to grow once this is planted. And I think these look great en masse, don't you?
I do. I like seeing tulips all of the same colour planted together.
Same here.
I mean, I think it's beautiful, obviously, when you get the mix of colours, but I just think there's a real statement to planting the same colour all together.
And what I'd probably do with those, I'd plant them in pots, but I'd maybe have some, white pansies or white violas around them.
Something, white included, because it'll really contrast, and then it'll show up that gorgeous, dark, almost black petal. And then, as I say, once the sun shines on them, you get that beautiful glow of a kind of burgundy purple coming through. I mean, it looks like a velvet dress, doesn't it? Or a satin dress.
Good. Yeah, it does.
In fact, I've got a satin dress.
They're rich, they're decadent, they're opulent, they're really dramatic, and they're only $11.99. Now, bearing in mind, if you buy those today, with postage included, your free gift with YGTV9 is worth $4.99, so you're getting them for £7.
Beautiful.
It's an amazing value.
I'm getting those. I haven't got those, I'm getting those. They're lovely.
There's so many things.
In fact, there's a spare bag here.
Doing 2 days a week here at YouGarden. My garden's going to look better than ever. Is that a spare bag?
That's a spare bag.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to come to you, by the way. They don't come loose like that. They do come to you packaged like this. Or everything that we bring you is expertly and speciality packaged, depending on what it is and the size of it. And they're literally just in that building over there, just over there. They're packing and picking all of your orders, ready to dispatch them to you.
And with YouGarden, gardening is for everyone. So, whatever level of gardening you're right now, we have got products for you and whatever size garden you've got as well.
Yeah.
If you've got a really small garden, I've had, really small gardens. I've had balconies before. I'm lucky I've got quite a big garden now.
You've got a nice big garden now.
Yeah, it's fairly big. Could be bigger. There's always room for a bit more.
I'm jealous. You've got a greenhouse. I haven't got a greenhouse yet. That's garden goals for me, is to get a greenhouse.
Do you know what? Before I had my main greenhouse, I just had one of those plastic ones.
Yeah.
I've got quite a lot done in there. But I'm very lucky. I've got a big greenhouse now.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous.
Oh, I love it. I actually, we have got, by the way, portable greenhouses on our website as well. Got everything you need. Right, we better move on though. So, can we go to one of your favourites?
Yes, I asked for this one to be on the show today.
This is one of Beck's presenter picks, and it is the
Rebecca from Rebecca.
Because you've got these in your garden right now, looking fabulous.
I've got these in my garden. I just planted them earlier on this year. I am absolutely amazed at how beautiful they are. They are just so stunning, and the flowers really do last for a long time.
I was going to say that, yeah. And they're easy, these, aren't they?
So easy. Honestly, I've done nothing to it. I've planted it. I've watered it. I've fed it.
You've given it a bit of blooming fast. Yeah.
Given it some of
but
the
you haven't spoken. You haven't talked to them, have you?
No. Honestly, these are just rays of sunshine in my border. They contrast beautifully. I've got them planted near my geranium roseanne and the other purple one. Can't remember the name of it, but they just contrast absolutely gloriously. Oh, they contrast beautifully with all of those flowers.
How tall do they grow?
Well, they get to about 50 centimetres in height. Mine's not quite that tall yet. I'd say it's about 35, 40 centimetres. But it is a perennial. Because we had the Verbena boraensis earlier. That's the other one they're near the Verbena. Really? Because the purple and yellow can look really good, can't they? Honestly, look absolutely stunning together. So I've got the Verbena, which is 2 metres tall, then I've got the Rudbeckia down here, and on the other side I've got the geranium roseanne. It looks absolutely stunning. I think little gold star, these are absolutely gold stars in your garden, proper rays of sunshine that you will, honestly, they make me smile every single time I look out in the garden. And the plants, right, bear in mind, hang on, is this correct? Because it says postage included. Yeah. $14.97 for 3. Yep. And look at the size. I'm just going to reach forward and show you this.
because you get 3 of these.
Yeah.
And I always say, and look, I'm not a garden designer, but many garden designers always say plant in odd numbers, 3s and 5s, so you get 3 of these. But look at this.
It's stunning,
amazing.
Isn't it? So it's going to reach about 50 centimetres in height. It will spread as well. It'll reach about 40 centimetres. Nice and compact. So this is something that I'd maybe put towards the middle to front of the border if you're planting this into borders. If you get a big, in fact, we've got one of those.
I've just deadheaded. I had one dead plant. I can't. It's in my blood. I was like,
that lovely little pot, the pot that we've got there, we'll show you too. If you planted all 3 of those in there, it would fill that entire pot out and you'd have that beautiful display all on its own. Because I do think mixed borders are great, but having all of the same in one pot can look just stunning, can't it?
But they come back year after year,
after year. And I think so they'll form a nice clump. You can probably divide these as well. As they establish, you'll be able to divide them. They're quite drought tolerant once they're established as well. So it's not something. It's a low maintenance plant that's going to give you so much joy, honestly.
And it is such a great time now. We're heading into September to plant your perennials.
Exactly.
It really is.
Yeah, it's good because now what they can do is they can get a strong root system before the really cold winter comes, and then next year they'll have a head start. It's better than planting your perennials at the start of the season because then they're only just getting to look good before the winter months come. Now's the time to do it.
And it took me a while to learn this, but planting in the height of summer is not a good idea.
No, it really isn't.
It's really hard work because when it's hot, the plants are like, oh god, I need water all the time. They don't like it. So it's a great time to plant your perennials right now, and you're getting all 3 of those for just £14.97. Postage is included, and of course, with every order today, you get your free Blooming Fast worth £5 premium fertiliser. I consider this, as good as a compost. The 2 work great together, but you will get that automatically added to your basket when you use that special code, the magic key code as we call it, YGTV9. Now, something that I discovered on the gardening shows through Peter McDermott, who owns a nursery, and he told me about alliums several years ago. He said, look, once you planted animals... Sorry.
Don't plant the animals.
Don't do that. Definitely don't that. But once you planted alliums, he said you want them every single year, and he's so right. The drama that these create is amazing.
So I got a bit obsessed with alliums earlier this year because this year was the first time I'd grown alliums, and I became absolutely allium obsessed. I think they are so dramatic, so beautiful, and here we're giving you the complete allium collection.
So it's lots of different varieties.
Loads of different varieties
and 100
included.
for $14.99.
So they come to you in this big bag. I've just taken it out of the big bag and separated them for you, and you can see all of the ones that are included in here. 100 of these alliums included in this deal for you today, and they are going to be so dramatic in your garden. So what you're getting is 5 of the nigrum, the 25 of the moly, 25 of the can't pronounce that one. The 25 of the Neapolitanum. You're getting 7 of the Christopher. You're getting 7 of the Purple Sensation. What you are getting is the biggest selection of those alliums that you could possibly plant in your garden.
And lots of different heights there as well.
Loads of different heights included. We're talking about up to, the one that I grew, yes, it was a good metre and a half. And you get these, that's the Christopher, those ones there. And they just have these pom-pom balls on top. And you would think that they're going to be weak and they're going to fall over. But they grow on these really strong, sturdy stems. And the bees adore them.
And a lot of garden designers use these.
They really, really do.
Because they are so, architecturally, they're lovely. They're striking. And actually, sometimes with the larger alliums, a friend of mine dries them out.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's really nice. Even when they've gone over,
they're
don't they?
Absolutely beautiful.
Really
so
lovely.
You should leave them to dry out because obviously it then puts all the strength back into the bulb, so they get better ones next year. But a dried allium is absolutely stunning. I'm going to do it next year. I should have done it this year. They are ridiculously easy to grow. There's very little you need to do with them. Plant them out now, and you'll get these amazing displays next year. As I said, the bees adore them. I took so many videos of the bees hopping around all of the alliums in my garden.
Honestly, if you've never grown them, order them, try them.
Please try these. You'll be amazed.
Yeah, I love mine. I really, really do. I'm trying to think. Peter Yeah, he introduced me to something. It was about 7 years ago, I think. Works out, by the way, 15 pence a bulb on these.
Which is amazing.
I know.
I went to all of the garden shows this year, and there was allium stands.
Yeah.
And trust me, you could not buy an allium bulb for 15 pence.
No.
Definitely not.
And remember, you're going to get your $4.99 worth of Blooming Fast with every single order. YGTV9. Now, if you are watching us, we are live right now, so we're streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and also on the YouGarden website. So now the TV show's on there. There's a big banner at the top. You just click onto it, and there we are. But yeah, we'd love you to be part of the show. So any questions, any comments, do feel free to comment and post online as well. And you can follow us on social media as well, because if you've got any questions about YouGarden, when the shows are, things like that. I'm Shaun Ryan, presenter and plant man.
And I am Bex Edwards, my garden home.
Yeah, so if you ever want to follow us and ask questions, we'll do our very best to help.
Absolutely.
If one of our viewers messaged me earlier in the week and she was asking where I'd got certain plants from in my garden, and she asked me what I fed my plants with, and I said, Blooming Fast. Yes, and you get it free today with your order. Now, I'm afraid our plant of the month, the Pansy Cool Wave in the berries and cream, sold out, okay? But do not worry, because we have got them already planted up, raring to go. I say raring to go, they're going, but they're raring to get to your homes, and you get a pair of these today, and they've all been grown. They're here on the nursery. You get a pair. You can either have them as hanging baskets or as pots, but this colour selection I absolutely adore. It's called Berries and Cream.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've had Pansy Cool Wave for not many years, but probably about the last 3 or 4 years. But this is a brand new colour palette, and quite often in the winter you go for bright colours, which are lovely, but I think this is so much more sophisticated, don't we? It's really cool.
We keep talking about this purple and white selection, don't we? And it absolutely looks glorious. All the hard work has been done for you, so if you don't want to have to do all this work, then it's not a problem. These are planted up and ready to be delivered out to you. It's going to give you colour on the dullest days over the winter. They are flowering now, and they are going to flower all the way through winter months, April into May even next year.
They can actually flower up to 9 months.
9 whole months of colour.
And I don't know any other flower, I don't know about you, Bex, but I don't know any other flower that will flower for 9 months. They are prolific flowers. They just keep flowering and flowering and flowering.
And there's very little that you need to do to them as well to look after them. You might want to give them a little haircut occasionally to encourage new blooms to come through, but they will just look after a bit of deadheading. They're going to look after themselves quite happily. I mean, they're winter hardy, and when we say winter hardy, we mean winter hardy, down to about -25. These are going to be absolutely fine.
And if it gets colder than that, we really are in trouble.
Yeah, we are in trouble, aren't we?
It's not only the pansies that would be struggling.
They'll come back for you year after year as well. So if you want to, you could, you could take these out of the hanging baskets. You could plant them into your borders. These are made of plastic, but sturdy plastic, frost-resistant, UV stabilised, so you can use these again.
And we've got them as a basket here, but actually you can take that off and just have it as a pot. So if you've got because these they kind of gently cascade. Yeah. But they look great on steps and things like that if you've got, steps in your garden. Because you've got your Blooming Fast, give them the odd feed during the winter months. They're not quite as hungry as your summer bedding. But honestly, the way that these keep flowering and flying and flying, they will produce hundreds, if not thousands, of flowers over the next 9 months. And I'll be honest, as Bex was saying, some people keep them. They don't like it in the really warm summer months, so they will start to die back. But if you wanted to, just chop them back, put them in a shady place, let them rest during the height of summer, and then they'll come back.
And then they'll come back for you. I mean, if we say 9 months, you might honestly
get more.
Might even get more from this if you look after them during those hot months and put them somewhere shady. These are prolific, and they will give you joy almost all year round.
I actually, and I mean this, I think it's the best breed of pansy. Yeah. I really do. It's the breeding is incredible. Yeah. It's award-winning as well, but it is the way that it flowers and flowers, and it gently cascades. So in a basket, in a pot, it just slowly starts to cascade all the way around the edges. This is what you're going to get, by the way, and they look magnificent. I mean, if your summer hanging baskets have kind of gone, had enough now.
Mine are starting to go now. I need to start looking at winter hanging baskets, and these are an ideal option for you.
And now you're back at work. Bex has had 8 weeks off.
Yeah, that's it.
But now you're back at work. You don't have time to make up baskets now. Too late. But I love making up my own hanging baskets, but sometimes it is nice just to make life easy. And the value of those is so good.
Or even as a gift, for somebody. Because these are perennial, because they'll keep coming back for you year after year. If you've got somebody whose birthday or just a thank you gift or something, I think giving a living gift like this that's going to last somebody for years on end, I think that is a wonderful gift to give.
So much better than flowers. Flowers will last a week. Flowers are really expensive now. I don't know if it's Brexit or what it is, but flowers have just...
Well, you'd spend this amount of money just on a bunch of flowers.
And you wouldn't get a lot
within a couple of weeks.
Well, these are working out $12.50 each. If you're a club member, it works out obviously even less. You do not get a lot in terms of flowers for 11 or 12 pounds. So amazing value, and you will get your blooming fast with £4.99 included. But say we've sold out completely of the Panzercure Wave in the berries and cream. It could be even till the end of September till we get it, we're hearing, because it's been so popular. But you can still get it already made up in these magnificent hanging baskets, and you can actually see how they're trading. Look at these.
Yeah, and what I love about these as well is that these are anti-twist as well.
Oh of course, yeah.
On the hanging bit, so these aren't going to get twisted up and spin round. These are specially designed anti-twist hanging pieces for you, which you can choose to have on to hang, or you can take these off. They simply just unclick, and then you can have them just as a pot if you want to. So you've got options.
I think they're marvellous, don't you?
Love them.
So if you are a little bit sad that the plant of the month has sold out, don't be sad. Go for these and get them at that brilliant price of just £24.98. If you have just joined us, by the way, lovely to have your company. We've had great feedback, haven't we?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, lots of you really missed the garden shows, so we are now back. YouGarden, just to give you the heads up if you just joined us on the live streams, YouGarden always provided the plants on our previous channel. So all the gardening shows that you saw, I presented for many years, Bex presented for last year's alongside Peter and Angela, of course. The plants always came from YouGarden. Now we're working directly with them. So we're here in the nursery. This is our potting shed. It's huge. I'd love one of these in my garden. God, I'd never leave it. Yeah, we're only using half of it. The cameras are over there. But we bang centre in the nursery. It's an 11-acre nursery. That allows, first of all, so many wonderful plants to be grown here, but also the team keep a really close eye on them.
Yes.
They really do. So immaculate plants, wonderful quality. Dispatching and delivery around about a week at the moment, which is fabulous. And don't forget, postage you only pay it once. Here's the nursery, by the way. This is our home, Bex.
I love our new home.
We love our new home. But honestly, we on our breaks we walk around and it's so well organised, isn't it?
They've been doing it for such a long time, just simply from the picking the product, packaging it and getting it out to you. They have been doing it for a long time, so they've really honed their skills on how to do this so that these plants arrive to you in the best possible condition that they can.
And that's a reservoir that was built in the last few years. That saves millions of litres of water because the nursery also tries to be as environmentally friendly as possible. All of our packaging is recyclable as well. Yeah. So doing our absolute best to help with, of course, the environment as well. But that gives you, that's our home. And we are even going to be doing some live broadcasts from out and about in the near future.
I can't wait to do that.
Oh yes. We're going to show you our nursery where everything happens. But while wandering around the nursery, we did spot these incredible oleanders. Now, we've brought you these for many years, but the price, the size that you get on YouGarden TV this afternoon is incredible. These are under £25. They're breathtaking, aren't they?
They really are breathtaking. And let me just show you the size of this, can I? Because we've actually put it inside a big pot, which we'll be talking to you about in a little while as well. But this is the size of what we're talking about. You said earlier, Shaun, repot this as soon as you can, really.
I would definitely repot it as soon as you can.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, because it will love you for being repotted. But also, because it's in a small pot, it could easily blow over and things like that. So buy one of our wonderful pots on the show, repot it.
We'll talk to you about that pot that it's in minute. So this pot would be absolutely perfect. That's how it would sit in there. It's the perfect size for this. But the oleander itself, okay, these are very difficult to get hold of. I don't know if you've looked for oleanders. I was looking earlier on in the year. I couldn't find oleanders anywhere. And it's because they require a special passport and things to be able to bring them into the country. And YouGarden have that special agreement.
YouGarden have had relationships with, growers across Europe for many years. And they buy in bulk, Sometimes Peter and his team, they'll buy thousands and thousands of these, and that gives you the discounted price. Sometimes you think, when it comes to Mediterranean plants that they're difficult to grow, this is a very easy one, isn't it?
So really easy. There's very little that you need to do to these. So these grow freely in Mediterranean countries. They grow alongside of the roads. There's nobody there tending to them and looking after them. Once they are established, they are fairly drought resistant. Obviously, they have to be if they're growing out in the Mediterranean countries, because they don't get a huge amount of rain, do they?
No.
So once established, these will mostly look after themselves and are drought tolerant. They are evergreen, so you will have this lovely luscious green foliage on here all year round. The beautiful blooms that you can see on here that have the most glorious scent will absolutely cover this plant throughout those summer months.
And it does just keep going and going, doesn't it?
It keeps going and going and going. And there's very little you need to do. You can prune it a little bit to maintain the shape of it, but essentially that is it. It's hardy down to about -5, so I think in most areas of the country this is going to be okay, but I think it's always a good habit to get into to mulch everything. Do you know what? Just mulch absolutely everything. Not only because it's going to give it that winter protection, but also if you add strolch into your basket, you'll be able to find it on the website. What you'll be able to do is, that helps to retain water and things like that. So it has all of these different benefits, but it'll give it that extra protection when it's cold.
And what I tend to do in the winter months, because I've got quite a few Mediterranean plants, I just keep an eye on the weather forecast. Sometimes if you just if it's in a pot and you just move it into, against a wall, against the house where it's got a little bit of extra heat.
In the garage, in a shed. My mum wraps bubble wrap around some of her plants in order to, look after them. It's very simple to do.
In desperate times, I've thrown a blanket over things,
do you know what? That makes the difference, though.
Yeah,
it really does.
Sometimes, 1 or 2 degrees, but they are pretty hardy, down to -5.
And I think if you can go for 2 of these.
Oh, yes.
If you can stretch to it, and it is an amazing price. If you were to go into a garden centre, a plant of this size, I am convinced you'd be paying double the price anyway. But if you can go for 2 of these, I think you'll be, you'll love the symmetry of having one either side of a gateway, either side of the doorway, and then get yourself 2 of these pots that we've got on the show as well, because they just look fantastic in there.
And really, it is the end of the season for these. This is the last stock that we've currently got, and just take advantage of the price there. And if you are now a club member, you get 10% off that as well. If you've just joined us, we'll tell you all about the offers and the discounts that we've got. We'll tell you a little bit more about the show. But we are broadcasting live from YouGarden Nursery. And I went out and about with Peter just last week, and you'll see now where the oleanders, and there's hundreds of them, where they actually live. And it's straight down there, left, right, left, second left, and then right. Here it is. Well, one of my favourite plants that we've had on the garden shows for years is oleanders, and we've got some beauties here, Peter.
Well, this is a wild stocks last though, Shaun, because this is, although it looks like there's quite a lot, there's only literally a few hundred here. These are the last now until next year, but if you want oleanders in your garden, they are beautiful. In fact, the fragrance today is intoxicating. I love the fact they're evergreen. I love the fact that they're a Mediterranean plant, but you can get away with it in the UK. They're hardy to about -5. So, south of Birmingham, pretty much every year. But if you've got an exposed garden or site, then do give them a bit of protection. And of course, if you get them in pots over winter, pop them in the greenhouse, pop them in conservatory, anywhere where you can protect them from the worst of the frost.
And they do flower and flower all summer long, don't they?
They repeat flower. So these have got, bunches and bunches and bunches of flowers that are open, plus the buds, and it just keeps coming. And these ones are in the standard form. So they're in the straight stem with a lollipop of foliage and flowers on the top. So easy to grow, hardy to -5, they're evergreen, they flower, they're fragrant, they tick so many boxes. The only thing I always say about oleanders is don't eat them because they're not edible at all, but they are fabulous, fabulous garden plants.
And again, just looking at them all here, it gives you an idea of the consistency and the quality that you always get with YouGarden. Everyone is perfect.
That's what we try to do. And actually, they're grown by our growers. These are grown actually in Sicily. They're fabulous quality. They're grown literally in the heart of where they should be grown, where they're native to. But none the more, they are absolutely fabulous for growing in the UK gardens.
And Peter, you know, occasionally I do go to garden centres, but only for like a coffee and no, only for cake and coffee, things like that. But you very rarely see oleanders.
You will rarely see them. I mean, they are one of those plants that we go to a great deal of trouble. We work with special growers who are able to export them from their country into the UK. It's a rarity. So get them while you can. This is the last of the stock for this year. So when they're gone, they're gone.
And as ever, you can find them on the YouGarden website. And we do have them on many of the TV shows, which is yougarden.com/TV. If you wonder where Peter is today, he's on holiday again. Can you believe it? But good afternoon and welcome to YouGarden TV. That was Peter and I last week out in the nursery. What you know, when you see those oleanders, and they were there en masse, every single one of them absolutely perfect. We do offer, by the way, with all of our hardy plants, we do offer a lifetime guarantee. So if ever you buy a plant and it doesn't do what we say, just get in touch with the call centre and we will replace it. All you will have to pay is the postage and packaging. Now, I just want to go through a few basics. I know a lot of you may be joining us for the first time. This is going to be a regular show now. So every Wednesday, 10 till 2 and 2 till 4, and the same on a Thursday. And then you get the best of on a Sunday at 10 o'clock as well. But there's some really important things for you to save money. First of all, you'll notice that there is an offer code on the screen. You have to use that. It's not an option, because if you don't use it, you'll spend loads more money. So how does it work? Well, when you place your order, pop in your basket YGTV9. Today that will give you your free gift, and this is the incredible Blooming Fast. A lot of people ask me, what do I feed my plants with? Because without saying big-headed, my garden does look pretty good. There's still a few areas that need work, of course there are. A garden's never finished, is it? But feeding plants, as I'm sure many of you will realise, is so important. This is an outstanding fertiliser, really high in your N, P and K. It makes a lot, does this? It's not the small bag, it's the big one. So this will actually make 100 litres, that's about 20 gallons, about 20 watering cans. And all you need to do is literally use a teaspoon. Now, you normally mix it with, as I say, your watering can. A whole, we're talking about mixing this with 5 litres of water normally, but that's all you do, and it is an absolutely outstanding feed, and that's going to give your plants stronger roots. It's going to give them bigger shoots, more flowers, more yield when it comes to your crops. It is brilliant. You'll get one of those free with every single order today. But also, I would love you to join the YouGarden Club. Now, it's a discount club. I didn't know about this because we didn't have it on our previous TV shows. We have it now. There's at least 40,000 members. I think that's climbed a lot actually in the last week or so. So to join the club, go to the website. And by the way, it's right at the top, a little banner there saying what you need to do. The live show is going to be there, so you just literally click on it at any moment and you can join us. But the club has got so many benefits. So these are some of them right now. 10% off every plant and accessory. That includes compost. You imagine that, 10% off every plant on the show. 5% off every outdoor living and gift orders. If you're buying a lawnmower, if you're buying hedge trimmers, whatever from us, you'll get an extra 5% off those. You'll also get £20 worth of YouGarden vouchers. Now, you can actually use these throughout the year. You use one every 3 months. And it's almost like having £20 worth of cash, isn't it, to spend throughout the year. And on top of that, you will get exclusive offers, competitions, and expert advice as well. There are 2 club memberships. The one that most people have gone for today is the auto renewal. That's what I went for, because it's got £15 off it and it's only £5 a year. Now, the thing is, don't think you're committed for the next 20 years. You can actually cancel at any time. So, if you decide you don't want to renew, then get in contact and we will not renew your subscription. If you just want to go for the 1 year at £10, you can do that. But I would go for auto renewal and save an extra £5. So £15 is your saving on that one. And so I've placed 2 big orders since I've been working on the TV show, and it's just so lovely to have such choice and so many great savings as well. If you don't use the offer code, basically you won't get any other discounts as well. 'Cause, sometimes you might get well, I'll show you here. So we put together a basket, and there is a little reminder there. It says join our club today and save £9. So you see our total savings currently is £54. So add to basket, like so. Suddenly, we're now saving an extra £9. And all we've done is paid £5 for the year. That's it. So we're already £4 in pocket. So our total saving is now £69. But then it says, do you have an offer code? Well, we do. You know about that one. So the offer code is YGTV9 today. Pop that in. So our saving has gone from £68.99. Let's pop that in. And look at that. So you suddenly get all of you get your Blooming Fast suddenly free there, and that's worth $4.99. And that is a massive saving and your free gift as well. So it's as simple as that. Sometimes your saving will go even bigger. So, you know, it may be a case of when you put that code in, you sort of get a buy one, get one free and things like that. We call it the magic key, but that code gives you all the discounts that are currently available. Now, something that I always wanted in my garden was a wisteria, but I never really. I always lived in fairly small houses with fairly small gardens. I've got a big garden now, but a lot of people love wisteria, but the Amethyst Falls is a really compact variety, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's not going to take over the house, is it?
No. So it's a variety that comes from America, and it's bred to be much more compact.
Lovely.
Certainly in its early years as well. And then after that, do you know what? As with all wisteria, to be honest, you can prune it to maintain the shape.
Of course.
And I'm boasting here. I've got 2 wisteria in my
Have
garden.
you? Oh.
Because I absolutely adore wisteria. I think it is wistful and beautiful and glorious, and you know what, it's worth having in your garden because you get this luscious green foliage from it, but then those gorgeous they look like bunches of grapes, don't they, the flowers that you get from this, in the springtime.
Prettier, aren't they?
Oh, they're so beautiful.
Now, Bex, this has actually got some buds on it, and I'm right in saying with the wisteria Amethyst Falls, quite often it will obviously flower mainly in late spring, but you often get a second
flourish
of it.
Now, I'm getting a second flourish with mine at the moment at home. You don't get as many from the second flourish. You know, you get the majority of the flowers in that springtime, sort of April, May, June time. But you will get...
how lovely is that?
9 times out of 10, you will get a second flourish of those flowers coming. Now, wisteria is stupidly easy to grow, and honestly, it's really, really simple. I planted one of these.
And is this the variety you've got, by the way?
This is the variety that I've got. So I was doing a garden, one of these shows, and I took this home, and I was just looking on my phone just now. 22nd of May, I planted my wisteria, Amethyst Falls, into the tower pots that I have at home. The tower pot now is entirely covered.
Oh.
So this plant here, this size, has grown to cover this entire tower pot now.
I bet it looks amazing in spring, doesn't it?
Absolutely looks phenomenal, and I cannot wait for the springtime next year to see all those flowers. I've got another one that I've had for a few years in another pot with another big tower thing on it. It is absolutely glorious. Now, you can use this, and you were saying you've never done it before because of small gardens. It doesn't matter. If you've got a smaller garden, get yourself the wisteria, get yourself the tower pot, because then you can maintain it into the pot. It doesn't need to grow up and over something.
And one of the other things about other varieties of wisteria, the traditional types, they can take years to flower.
Yeah, not the case with this one.
No, honestly,
not the case with
I've
this
got friends that are like, I planted my wisteria 6 years ago, it still hasn't flowered.
Well, it can take about 5, it can take up to 5, 6, 7 years sometimes to flower.
A lot of waiting.
As you can see, this one is in bud. It is ready to flower for you. You will get those beautiful blooms, in spring next year, and you will keep getting them because they're perennial. It's winter hardy. It's easy to grow, and you'll be able to maintain the shape of it using the tower pot. I think these are phenomenal.
Now, the wisteria is amazing today. It's only $19.99. We have sold that many times previously for the best part of £30. $19.99. Club members will get that for £18.
Wow.
Wow. I know. But we did mention the tower pot.
Yes.
And I think this is one of the best inventions ever. I
love
really
this.
do. Because, you end up getting 360 degrees of colour, don't you?
Yeah, do you know what? So my wisteria that I planted in exactly this tower pot, it sits against the wall, so the sunniest part of the garden, against the wall near the kitchen. What I do is I do that to it every now and then, just so that every part of it gets a bit of sunshine. So it's not all growing on one side. I just go and I twist it around like this. Now, as I said, 22nd of May, I planted my wisteria, which was this size, into this tower pot, and the entire tower pot is now covered in foliage. You can barely see the tower pot. I will take a picture, I will send it to the team here so that we can use it in future shows, because I think it's it's important for us to share the experiences that we've had, so you can hopefully get the same experiences. Now, this trellis and tower planter comes to you in 4 separate parts. It is made of plastic. It is made of UV stabilized, frost-resistant plastic, so this is going to last for years and years. In the bottom, there is a reservoir in the bottom of there. Hopefully you'll be able to see that.
Yeah,
so there is a little reservoir in the bottom of that tower pot. So that's going to help you with water and things like that when you're watering. It comes to you in 4 different parts. So as far as the trellis is concerned, you can see here, this is where one of the joins are. It just clips into place. Same here, and then same at the bottom. If in future you don't want to use it as a tower planter, you can remove all of these and just use the bottom as a pot. But to be honest, you're not going to, because you're going to buy it in conjunction with either the clematis that we've got on the show, or with the wisteria that we're showing you right now, and you will get years of joy from that.
And I grew sweet peas at mine this year.
Oh, that's a good idea. Sweet peas, yes.
Yes. So,
green beans, all sorts of things you can grow in here.
Yeah, you could do. But that is a really good price today. Again, it's down to $19.99, and it will last you years,
It will, honestly.
I think it's a great design and idea, but it looks really attractive as well. But even before things start climbing up, it still looks really nice. But when it gets covered in foliage and flowers, it will look amazing.
It naturally finds its way in here and climbs around. Sometimes I give it a helping hand, and I might just feed some of the little runners and things through it. But generally, this absolutely looks after itself. As I say, all I need to do sometimes is just twist it so that it evenly gets covered by the sunshine.
And if you do need to do a bit of twisting and helping, look, and Bex has got big hands, she told me earlier.
I have. I've got big man hands for a woman.
We both got big hands, but we can get those through.
You can get your
It just helps if you say if you're just encouraging certain climbers to really, really climb in the right direction. And $19.99, that is the tower planter.
My big man hands description, is that what it was?
Yeah.
They are massive, honestly.
No, I don't think they are, you see.
They are, look, they're the same size as you.
Oh, they are actually, yeah.
They've got big man hands.
Yeah, they are. They're just prettier than mine. Mine are real gardener's hands. They're the oldest part of my body, actually. Because I'm all, well, it's because I think my arms and my hands, because they've been exposed.
They're out all the time.
Yeah, they've been exposed to a lot to sunlight. So honestly, my hands and my arms are really old compared to the rest of my body. shows what UV light does to you. Anyway, if you'd like to get that tower planter, 130461 is your item number. But we've got some brand new plants to show you this afternoon here on YouGarden TV, and we've got to go back to the plant of the month, which is incredible, Pansy Matrix Mix. Oh yeah, plant of the week. So the plant of the month sold out.
It did.
So you got 1 week to get this one, but look at these pansies, look at the faces on them. These are going to give you so much joy throughout the winter months. And I like bits of winter, but I'm always sick of winter by the end of it.
Yeah, me too.
And it depends on the weather. Sometimes it can be really depressing, but these will always put a smile on your face.
Well, this is what this is all about, okay? So your Pansy and Matrix Mix, which are garden ready. So these are ready for you to plant out. They're well looked after, strong root system. We'll show you in a second. These are going to give you large flowers. So that's the biggest headline as far as these are concerned. But what these are going to do is brighten up those horrible winter days. You know, when it's dark and miserable outside and you've got the winter blues. These are flowering right now. They're going to flower through the winter for you. They're going to flower right up until sort of May, June time next year. Then they'll go to sleep because they don't like the really hot sunshine. Mine have gone to sleep over July and August. They didn't really flower much, but they're going to wake up again now. Now that the days are getting a bit cooler, they're going to wake up and they're going to flower again. And that's exactly what your Pansy Matrix Mix is going to do for you. Brighten up your borders, brighten up your window boxes, plant these into pots, have them either side of your front door, put a smile on your face during those winter months when all of the other flowering things have gone to sleep. Pansy Matrix Mix are garden ready. Let me take one of these out for you so that you can see the amazing root structures.
I was just thinking, in the winter, I don't think there's anything really better than pansies.
I think they're great.
They really are.
Yeah.
And and there's so many different varieties now. You know, this is the Matrix Mixed. Look at the quality of these. If you've ever bought pansies from, a supermarket and things like that, sometimes you'll take them out of the trays and there are no roots established. Or
Yeah.
there's there are tiny, very fine roots. These are so well established, aren't they?
So well established,
Yeah.
and so easy to plant out.
Yeah.
All you need to do is just tease these roots apart slightly, nice and gently, so that you're encouraging them to grow outwards. Plant them out wherever it is you're choosing to, whether that's in a couple of hanging baskets, pots, window boxes, borders.
Yep.
Just enjoy those beautiful colours that you're getting there, and 20 of them, so many.
And postage is included, by the way.
Oh, yes.
And they are only $14.98. You are saving £5 on those today. Use your code YGTV9 and you will get £5 worth of blooming fast. Well, that will make 20 watering cans of premium plant food. And plants do need feeding in the winter, not as much in general, but they still need feeding.
They still need feeding. Like in the summer, you'll be doing it once a week, and maybe even twice a week in the height of summer.
When I'm keen, I do it twice a week.
In the winter, maybe once a month probably is what I would feed during the winter month. But if you're thinking about 20 watering cans, 100 litres, you could empty this into a water butt, and then you'll always have a ready supply of it for when you need to go out and feed. And
a little tip, and this is a bit naughty, but you get one per order. But there's nothing to stop you doing several orders.
So cheeky.
But I'll be honest, and I'm just trying to do it so you save the most money. So postage, you only pay one postage per order.
Yeah.
But if it's something that's free postage like these, there's no reason. If you want to go for two of these, you could do it in two separate orders and you would get two gifts. I will get in trouble for saying that. But Peter said it last week, and he's the boss.
Oh, well, there you go. You're all right.
So I'll just be like, Peter, I'm just following you. But it's true. If you wanted to, I did that when I placed my orders last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Look, it's savvy shopping, and
But obviously, if there's items with postage, the best thing is to do all of that in one order.
Yes.
Because you only pay one P&P per order. But something that's free postage, if you wanted two of those, if you did it in two separate orders, you would get two of your blooming fast. There you go. A little tip from Shaun and Bex this afternoon. But great value, they're ready to go. Something that I've got in my garden that I only got it fairly recently, the tiny pamper.
Yeah, I like these.
I always, as a child, I bought a little pampas grass from, it was like a car boot sale actually. I remember some sort of, it was some village, I think it was a village fair or something,
right, yeah.
I don't know. I remember buying this tiny pampas. And it grew massive, but it grew too big. I mean, literally, it covered up the lounge window. It was massive.
Yep.
So are these a smaller variety then?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is your tiny pamper, which I think is incredible because I've always wanted a pampas grass in my garden.
But they are massive, aren't they?
But they, they do grow really big. But I love those feathery plumes that you get on here. They're absolutely brilliant if you want to use them as cut flowers to use for indoor decorations as well. That's quite a popular thing to do.
Or for tickling someone.
Or for tickling someone at all. But we're talking about roughly 60 by 60 centimetres, with the full grown height of this.
So I've only recently bought mine, so they haven't flowered yet.
No.
But that is lovely. So if you always wanted a pampas grass, compact, but with all of the beauty. I found there's something quite fascinating about pampas grass, isn't there?
Well, they were always a sign of wealth and status, actually. That's what pampas grasses were known for previously. Yeah, if you had a pampas grass...
I'm going to be naughty, but I think they're sign of... No, I'm not going to say that. Do your own research. But you're right. They were predominantly a sign of wealth. Weren't
Absolutely,
they?
yes, they were. Not these days, but yes, that's their sort of history. But out of here, what you're going to get those beautiful feathery plumes. About July, August time is when they will grow for you. Look at that. Yeah, and then you can cut those and use them for your indoor decorations. I think they're absolutely stunning.
I love pampas, but they do sometimes grow too big. If you've got a big garden, great, but these are the small compact varieties.
Small compact variety, and remember that this is the perfect time for planting these out. Anywhere between May and sort of August, September, this is absolutely the perfect time to plant these right now.
And fine in a pot as well.
Yeah, great in a pot actually.
Yeah.
In fact,
what are you thinking?
I was thinking the urns actually.
Oh.
If you got the two urns.
Oh,
I think these would look great.
I like your thinking. So early on in the show, we brought you the two urns. Now what I'd do, I'd plant, you're right, I'd pampas grass in each. To start with, you'd need some like bedding, or maybe some winter bedding around it, like the pansy matrix. But you're right, as those grow, they'd be amazing, wouldn't they?
They would look absolutely. Oh, the pots come off. But you know what? Look at that. Look at those roots.
There you go.
Look at the roots on there.
Cool. So there's the urns you can see there at the front. One of these in the centre of those. Say to start with, you need to put some winter bedding round. But actually, before you know it, that whole urn could be full of these,
It would
say,
be,
pampas
honestly.
grasses.
That would be absolutely amazing. Yeah, get
By
the
the
urns
way,
and then
those urns, you get a pair. They're basically half price today, $24.99. They're UV resistant, they're frost proof. I think they add a real kind of status to your garden.
Really, really do. And if we're talking about, you know, the pampas grasses inside there, you've got the status of those kind of pampas grasses, but you've also got that beauty and architecture of your garden urns too. That looks rich, that looks expensive. And actually what you've got is something that we've provided with massive discounts that you've got as a bit of a bargain that's going to look absolutely fantastic either side of wherever it is you're going to put this pair, whether it's your gateway, whether it's your driveway, whether it's your front door or your seating area outside. And it's going to look brilliant for you every single year. Because those pampas grasses are perennial. They'll just keep displaying for you.
I like the idea of putting those pampas grasses in the urns. And say, I do. And over, say, the next couple of years, they would fill those urns beautifully.
Yep.
So if you do want them, they're on offer today on the TV show. $24.99, half price $560,991. And if you want the tiny pampas, I say tiny, about 60 centimetres, I love the fact that they will do really well in a pot. And by the way, postage is included on those as well.
Yeah, and great if you've got a smaller garden. You know, like I said, I wanted a pampas grass in my garden, but it's just not big enough to fill that. So if you've got a smaller area, brilliant for those.
Yeah, and there's something lovely about those grasses. They feel nice, they look nice, they sound
look lovely
nice.
in the breeze as well. When they're blowing in the breeze, it looks absolutely gorgeous.
That was Bex's little. That's blowing in the breeze. Very good. Anyway, thank you to everyone for joining us live with YouGarden TV this afternoon. And obviously, if you miss the shows, you can also always stream them later, on YouTube and things. So do bear that in mind. And we're going to put all of the shows on our website, YouGarden, of course, YouGarden.com. So we're going to make it really easy, because I know it's nice to watch the live shows, and we hope you always do. But if you miss them or you have to leave halfway through, you can also stream them. And our best shows will always be on a Sunday as well. What's next?
Primrose.
Should we do primrose?
Yeah.
And these are the Benelli. Oh, we love these. These are the bicolour ones.
Absolutely. So what we're getting here are 30, right? 30
yes.
of the garden ready plants.
For
so let me just pick one of these up.
1997.
Amazing. So look, they come to you in these pots here. So you can see that there are 10 in each of those, and so you'll get 3 of these trays. Let's pick. I'm going for.
By the way, all of our packaging is recyclable with YouGarden as well. Just while we're here.
I'm going to go for the one with the flowers on, because I want you to see the flowers on here. Look at those gorgeous blooms. So these are in flower now. They are garden ready. They've got decent root structure on there, so they're ready for you to plant out right now. And as you can see, there's some of them that are flowering. These are going to flower for you. They're starting now, and they're going to go all the way through the winter. January, February, March, April time. They are a hardy primrose mix that are going to fill your garden with absolutely beautiful bicoloured blooms. They're relatively compact in the way that they grow, so we're talking about 20 by 20 centimetres. And if you think about 30 of those, that means you are filling a really large area, whether that's your borders, your pots, your window boxes. This is going to fill up such a large space for you.
And that is amazing value.
It really
bear in
is.
mind, you are going to get your free gift worth nearly £5 when you use YGTV9. But primroses are so easy to grow, as we're saying, they really are. You know, I've got my gardens, I've got lots of different areas in my garden, but I've got quite a few shady areas, and these do great there.
Well, yeah, really so primroses are they're a woodland plants.
Yeah, of course.
So shade is not a problem for them. They like a bit of sunshine, but if you have got a bit of a shady area, this is a great one to plant out. And obviously being winter months and it being less daylight hours, this is definitely one for you to plant in your garden to get all that colour.
I'll tell you what, we've not had the best of summers, but we are, we're heading into September at the end of the week.
Oh, it's terrifying, isn't it?
It is. Well, we say that, but you know what? No, because you can have gorgeous gardens.
Well,
in the
this
winter.
is the thing, and it's something
gardening's all year round, isn't it?
It's something I've learnt over the years. I always thought gardening was just about summer months and you'd put everything to bed during winter. But actually, over the last 4 or 5 years, I've really learnt, about winter gardening, and there's so much you can do.
Joe, some of my happiest times are when it's a winter's morning, but the sun's out, and it might be really cold, but you can wrap up and just sit in your garden, isn't it?
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. But yeah, gardening is for all year round, and YouGarden make sure that gardening is for everybody as well. But we always give you great value here. But I've learned a lot from presenting the shows over the years. You know? I don't consider myself an expert. I'm a self-taught gardener, but I've learned so much.
Yeah.
You're always learning, aren't you, gardener?
Well, I think this is the thing with gardening. Even the most qualified been doing it for years. You know, they'll say. In fact, I went and listened to a talk by Mr. Titchmarsh. Am I allowed to say his name?
You call him.
But yeah, he was there.
He might be watching. Hello, Alan, if you are.
Wouldn't that be amazing if he was?
He was. It would be, yeah.
It was at one of the flower shows, and he stood there on the stage doing this talk, and he was like, "Look, I'm still learning. Every day is a school day when it comes to gardening.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm definitely finding that as well.
Yeah.
I learn something new every time I go out in
And
the
you
garden.
know, sometimes you win some, you lose some, you know. But the great thing is, with YouGarden, all of our hardy plants have got a lifetime guarantee as well. So if ever something, you know, doesn't grow like we said, just get in contact with us and we will replace it. All you do is pay the postage. So we do give you a lifetime guarantee. But it is all about trying things, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
I've tried some different tomato varieties this year, and actually both are winners. I love them.
Oh, I did the Sun Gold this year. They were delicious.
Really?
Yeah, we'll talk about those next year.
Yeah.
Oh, they were so good though.
But don't forget, on our website, we've got loads of grow your own. You know, we've got everything here with YouGarden. But we're going to move on now to our clematis collection.
Yeah.
And we've actually got our Boulevard Patio Clematis collection. When I said YouGarden is for everybody, not a lot of people don't have huge gardens now, and we have got a lot of compact varieties, and this is one of them, isn't it?
This is indeed one of them, yeah. This is the Boulevard series, which has been bred specifically for compact growth.
Yes.
Plus prolific, flowering nature on here.
These flower all summer long, don't they?
June, July, August, September, October.
My mum's got these and they've
will
never
get
stopped.
so many flowers from these, and they're large flowers as well. These were bred by, he was world-renowned, Raymond Everson, expert breeder. He was given an OBE in 2000 because of the work that he's done here. So these are nice compact growth, ultimate growth. We're talking about 1.50 m by 60 centimetres, something like that. You can train them up a wall like this. You can invest in the tower pot and they will gradually find their way through all the gaps and things in the tower pot. I've planted 2 of these. I've got one which I'm training to grow up the side of a fence, and I've got another one in a smaller tower pot. But I love clematis. I think they are just, you get these gorgeous star-shaped flowers on here which just keep giving you flower after flower after flower for such a long time. And again, now is a really good time to plant these out. Plant them now, get them established. This is the time, isn't it? So that you can ensure you're getting those gorgeous displays next year. They are scented, they are winter hardy, they are easy to grow. The wildlife love them. There are so many good things to say about this particular range of clematis.
And as Bex and I were saying earlier, 2 key times to plant,
yes.
And it's autumn and spring. They're great times to plant. Not the height of summer, not the middle of winter, No,
absolutely.
A great time to get these, in your pots, start to get them established. And they arrive in 10.5 centimetre pots.
I've got them all tuffled up here. This one's tangled up with that one. Yeah, 10.5 centimetre pots. They're nicely established already, to be honest. Get those planted out. I'm going to see if we can tip one out. Get those planted.
Oh,
look at those roots. Get those planted out into wherever it is that you're putting them, and you will get some absolutely amazing displays from these. Honestly, clematis. I think every garden should have some kind of clematis.
Yeah.
You can grow it, up a fence. You could grow it. Perhaps you've got one of those covers that cover over, your wheelie bins and things like that. You could grow it over the edge of those.
And actually,
really
clematis are really good at climbing amongst other climbers as well.
They are, yeah. Well, I've got clematis on one side of the fence, and I'm growing the star jasmine on the other side. So what I'm hoping is that they will intermingle with each other.
And they will. They'll get on great.
They'll get on well, hopefully.
But that is an amazing price today. So we are saving £10 on our usual price, 550177 for the Boulevard Patio Clematis compact varieties that really flower all the way through those summer months. And they are stunning. I love clematis too.
Yeah, I think they're gorgeous.
Often referred to as the queen of climbers. Yeah, they are though.
Yeah, and you get, they're lovely colours. You're getting that beautiful purple and a lilac and a red. You get, it's a really nice colour mix you've got there. You could plant them all together and let them mix in with each other, so you're getting all the different colours together.
You could actually.
That'd be really nice.
Thank you, by the way, to everyone that's ordering live right now. And just to remind you, please join us tomorrow. Bex will be camping tomorrow. She's in a tent tomorrow.
I will be.
Yes.
So I won't be here tomorrow.
So the weather's good.
But you've got the wonderful Adam with you tomorrow.
Yes, Adam Wilcott, and he is is an award-winning garden designer. Actually, he's won endless gold and silver medals at Chelsea. So he will be with us tomorrow. We're back live tomorrow, 10 till midday and 2 till 4 as well. So yeah, you've got me again tomorrow. I hope that's okay. But Adam Wilcott will be joining us.
Yes.
He's a great guy. He's got so
lovely.
much knowledge and he's so passionate as well. So a really wonderful garden family here at YouGarden. Now we've also got for you some trailing
ones, yeah.
pansies, and you know, I think in the winter time when you put together your hanging baskets and pots, there's not many options when it comes to trailing plants. You know, in the summer it's easy. You've got so many trailers like your petunias and things, but we have actually got the trailing pansies, and we've got an amazing sailing on these. Hey, hang on. I'd forgotten this. It's $14.99 for one set of 12, but if you double up, you've got to use the code, that YGTV9. You've got to put 2 in your basket, but you get 2 for $19.99.
Amazing.
That is really... I'd forgotten that, yeah. So that's 24
really
in total.
good.
Right, these are my next order.
I'm thinking I need these because my winter hanging baskets need sorting out. So this would be good, wouldn't it?
I need to do mine. I need to do the pub garden as well.
Look at those, rooty.
They really are rooty, and these are actually fragrant as well, aren't they?
They are indeed. So this is the latest breeding breakthrough. They produce really large flowers. They're gonna trail up to about 2 feet. It's gonna flower all winter, right the way through into early summer. So we're talking potentially flowers from November right the way through to May next year. It's going to cascade over the hanging baskets and pots. It's going to give you all of that gorgeous winter colour that we are going to be absolutely longing for. Easy to grow, love to be planted in a bit of sunshine. They're winter hardy, like down to -25, so you really don't need to worry about these. Plant them, water them, feed them, let them do their thing, but have that beautiful colour and trailing aspect that you'll get from these as well.
I mean, they are amazing.
I
And the
love
fact
them.
that they're fragrant, you know, that's quite unusual, isn't it?
It is.
And if you double up now, very important, I know I sound like a broken record, but
Double up.
double up, and you're going to get 24 for just $19.99. You've got to put the code in. Postage is included as well, but you do need to use that offer code YGTV9. I do that on every order on the TV show, and that will access all the best discounts, and you'll get your free gift as well. So here's your basket right now. So we've put 2 in, and it's charging us $29.98. Oh. So we need to put in our code, don't we? So look, right now it's charging us 30 quid. Put the code in. Oh. Right, hang on, we might need to redo that. Well, do you know what? We'll sort that one out. Well, listen, we'll look into that. Bear with us at home. Bear with us. We're live right now. We can sort that.
We can sort it. We can fix anything.
We can certainly fix your gardens as well. So bear with us on that one. We will sort that for you in as soon as we possibly can. But it is important. Look, always put the code in. That's the bottom line. Always put that code in, and that will give you your free gift, which is the Blooming Fast Day worth £4.99. And that makes 20 watering cans of premium plant food. But one of the lovely things about being in our new home, because Bex, by the way, presented lots of the garden shows and garden bargains for the last year. I presented them for about 20 years or so. Started when I was just about that high.
You wish.
Couldn't even grow a beard when I started. Now look at it. But it's been lovely to work alongside YouGarden for all of those years, and YouGarden always provided all of the plants on our plant shows, and that's with myself, Bex, Peter McDermott, Angela, of course. But let's take you to the nursery right now and show you, because there are thousands of plug plants growing very happily there. So Peter, one of the things I've bought the most of over the years on the garden shows, plug plants. And
amazing.
They are just amazing value, aren't they?
They are. So, and actually this is the time. So we always make the plug plants available from around about the middle of August onwards, and then all through September. So you can actually get yours at home, grow them on. They're delivered to you nursery fresh, and they come in these grower trays. So every individual plant is in its own little cell. They're called cell plants by some firms, but these are delivered straight to your door. We've got special packaging that makes sure they get there in perfect condition. And all you do is pop them out, and then you can see you've got these lovely, healthy white roots on every single plant. That is perfect. That is at the ideal stage now to get potted up, planted up, and away you go for your autumn, winter and spring displays.
And it always amazes me how quickly they grow.
Yeah.
And you look at a few months later, you've got these amazing plants, but they've actually cost you pennies, haven't they?
They literally are pennies per plant. So you can go and get these later from the garden centre when they've done the growing, but actually you don't need green fingers to get these and turn them into bigger plants and save yourself a small fortune. These are so easy to grow. We've done the difficult bit. We've got them sown and grown. All you've got to do now is literally take those individual plants, get them in a little pot, get them grown on, and look forward to months and months and months of lovely displays.
Yeah. And Peter, you're so right in terms of you doing the difficult bit, because I have grown seeds and things, of course I have, but it's actually quite hard work. Sometimes it's very disappointing.
Yep.
Sometimes only a few come up. You think, I've sown hundreds of seeds, but I've only got a handful.
Yeah.
But also it's all the picking out, the potting up. You've done all that, haven't you?
We've done it all for you. So this is the perfect time to do it. Of course, the second stage in the spring, we'll talk to you about that at the time, but for the autumn, winter and spring, get yours now, get them planted and look forward to what I think would be just a fabulous display and extend your gardening year through that period.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have loads of plug plants, as Peter said, throughout the season, throughout the shows, and you can find a lot of them on, of course, our TV show, which is yougarden.com/TV. Well, that's the nursery, yeah. I mean, what an amazing nursery. It is over 11 acres. And the quality of all the plants, and, we have a good walk around every single day, sometimes several times a day, is incredible. Because, the whole team here, they're gardeners. Everyone is passionate about gardening here. And it's a lovely place. I think gardeners are great people, don't you? You're great people that are watching us right now, and we really appreciate you tuning in to our brand new TV show, YouGarden TV. But I want to remind you of our best-selling product of all time. And literally, we sell and dispatch and deliver thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of bags of our premium professional compost. Now, the offer we've got today is 100 litres, 2 bags of 50 for $24.98. If you are now one of our club members, then you will get an extra 10% off these. So that takes your price down to around about £22.50. Every time you buy compost, if you're a club member, for £5, don't forget, your annual subscription, you will get £2.50 off your compost. And I say we sell, thousands and thousands of bags of this pretty much every single week. There are peak times, and obviously they're spring and so like April, May time, and autumn, because a lot of you will be repotting. Maybe you've got plants now and they're really, really too big for the pots they're in, so you'll be repotting in autumn. You'll be doing your winter hanging baskets, your winter, say, pots. And with autumn being such a good time to plant in general, what I always do, because I've got quite a challenging garden, it's quite exposed, and I've actually got different soils in different areas of my garden, because it's a new build, well, 3 years old now, but I've got raised beds, and some of them are quite clayey, some of them are not clayey at all. But what I've found to be really, really sure to safeguard every plant's life is I always, when I put plants in my beds and borders, I always put some of the premium compost in with them, and it just gives them the best start possible. Bex has got quite clayey soil in her garden, so again, she's actually just mixed this in with her general soil, and it has made the absolute world of difference. Bex, come and join me, because you love the smell of this as well, don't you?
Oh, I adore the smell of this compost.
We came in early, she's like,
I'm
give me more.
sniffing the compost. Let me lose the wisteria so we can have a look at the compost.
But it sounds daft, but it smells really earthy and fresh, doesn't it?
It
hasn't got that sort of like dank, horrible. Some compost, you get out of the bag and it smells like it's been there a long time, and it's not that good,
Honestly, this smells fresh. It smells like something I want to get into. Never mind planting my plants into it. Genuinely, this is the best compost I have ever used.
Same here.
Every time you open the bag, this is what it looks like. It is not thick and heavy and damp. It's just perfect, honestly. So we pick it up and squeeze it together, and then look at what happens as I just break that apart. It is lovely. bubbly, light,
Because roots
airy.
need oxygen, don't they? Of course they do. And
Well, the roots need room to
Yeah.
breathe and to grow. You don't want them into something that's too compact, because then there's not enough room for the roots to get in there and spread. And if the roots can get in there and spread, it means that they're going to form the best, strongest root structure. And it's all about having that strong structure.
so what's the breakdown of the compost again?
All right, so what we've got in here is 3 different types of peat. Black and white peat makes up 50% of the volume. I think it's less than 50% of the volume of the compost.
We have reduced that over the years to keep up with
Indeed.
environmental obviously needs.
Absolutely. But what we've also got in here is a whole bunch of other ingredients. So we've got composted wood fibre. That really helps with the texture of it, gives it that light, airy texture. But it also means that we've got really good water retention, because it's going to help to retain that water. Also helps for even water distribution, which when you're putting it into large pots or baskets or things like that, it's really important for that water distribution to be as good as it can possibly be. We've got a wetting agent in here. We've got slow release fertilizer. There's a little green, there it is, found
There you
one
go.
straight away. We've got little green balls inside the compost there. Now that is your slow release fertilizer. That is going to feed your plants for a good 6 months once you've planted things into there. So feeding your plants at the same time. We've got lime in here to balance out the pH as well. All of this in the right quantities, backed by science. And this is going to be the same whether you're buying it now or in 6 months' time, because it's put together on a specific formula, delivered into the nursery on a weekly basis, so it's not been sat in bags on pallets for months and months on end. It's absolutely at its freshest, its best when it gets to you, and delivered in 2 bags, so that it's really easy for you to transport.
And they're in a box as well.
Yeah.
You know, if ever you've got 100 litre bags of compost, it's just a nightmare.
Yeah, you can't carry those
You
around.
can't.
You can't.
It's so inconvenient.
2 lots of 50, which means that, you know, while you're using one, the other one is sealed.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you don't use the full bag in one go. You know, just wrap the top up and come back to it later. It'll still be amazing quality for you. And we don't just call it premium professional compost in order to give it some fancy name so that you think that it's better than it is. This genuinely is professional compost. This is the compost that the nursery uses to grow their plants in. And we've seen that because we've been out there, literally just outside this door.
Yeah.
That's where the plants are, that's where the nursery is, and we can go and look and we can see this compost being used.
Now, something that I use every time I garden without fail.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, these are just, honestly, these are the garden essential. It's our heavy duty pots, the 30 litre ones. So, first of all, you're going to get 4 today for $19.99. Club members, you get them for £18, don't forget. We're 10% off. But we're going to start with the first use of these, and they are a fantastic growing pot. So I've grown tomatoes in these, potatoes. Have you grown lots of things,
I
Bex?
have grown potatoes. I am currently growing a cordyline in one of them as well.
I've got
just
Christmas,
potatoes and cordyline at the moment.
I've got Christmas, in fact, I've got 2.
Oh, Christmas tree, yeah.
I've got 2 reduced Christmas trees from YouGarden, and I've got them growing in here. Now, I'll be honest, when it comes to Christmas, I'm going to, you know, Christmassy up the pot a bit. I'm going to, you know, put hessing round it and I don't know, whatever I've got. But they're such a great pot.
They're really, really sturdy. So these are professional growers' pots, okay? So the reason they're professional is incredibly sturdy, made of plastic, UV stabilised, frost resistant, all of those things. Handles on here carry handles. So if you think this is full of compost, you've got your plant in here, fruit trees, you know, Peter grows all the fruit trees and things in here. And then if you need to transport it, you can get
really
one
easy.
on either side. And these are reinforced, really strong handles. So you are not going to break
I've
these
had some
at
of my
all.
pots 10 years plus, and not a single handle has ever come off or ripped or
Never,
anything like
ever.
that. No pot has ever broken or cracked. Drainage is really important, isn't it?
Ridiculously important, and this is why they are professional pots, because underneath here we've got the standard drainage holes in the bottom, but what you've also got is the drainage holes in the sides, and this is what makes these a cut above some of the other pots out there.
The trouble is, you know, we had a really wet start to the summer. In fact, it's been a really wet summer, full stop. July was one of the wettest
It
on record.
really was, wasn't it? Yeah.
A lot of plants hate being waterlogged. Not all,
Yeah.
some love it, but most plants hate being waterlogged.
Cordyline is one of them, which is why I
Yeah.
put my cordyline in here. Because cordylines hate to be too wet.
They really do.
It will absolutely destroy a cordyline. But with this, because you've got the drainage holes in the bottom and the sides, it means that you've got less risk of that pot becoming waterlogged.
The trouble is, if that's on a flat surface, even though you've got the holes at the bottom, you know, a lot of
It'll
pots...
still gather underneath.
Yeah. So you've got great drainage as well.
Yeah.
But can we talk about some of the uses?
Yeah.
So we'll do one at a time, okay? I'll give you my first use.
Go on
You
then.
go first, actually. Go on, ladies first. Go on.
Weeding.
Weeding, totally agree. I've got a log burner, so in the winter I take my logs from a log store in one of these into the lounge.
Leaf collection.
Absolutely.
At certain times of the year, you want to collect all the leaves up.
Yeah, well, that won't be long actually. I'm sometimes a little bit disorganised, and what I do, if I'm just doing general tidying up in the garage or the shed, the greenhouse, if there's lots of things just lying around, I will just pop them in there for storage. But also, you know, if you're doing a bit of DIY and you think, right, I need the drill, I need my, you know, I need my screws, whatever, you put them all in there. But so over to you, Bex.
Recycling. So I have one in the kitchen.
Oh, that's a good one.
So I put all my recycling into here before it has to go out into the main bin outside.
That's a very good
That's
idea.
a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a good one. I've sometimes had mine in the boot of the car, and you know, if I'm doing some shopping, I've got a few awkward things that will roll around. I think
Bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Sorry. Shh.
How did you know? It's true. Because you know, sometimes the cardboard wine carriers,
Yeah, they don't work.
I've broken bottles of wine. I'll never do it again. But things like that,
Absolutely,
again,
yeah.
But there's so many
So
different
many.
reasons. They're an absolute garden helper. I can also say, I think they're the best thing that I've ever bought in terms of something that I use all the time that helps me garden on a daily basis. The only one other thing I will say, I've got a habit of putting my garden tools in there and then maybe being distracted doing some weeding and nearly throwing my garden tools
Yes,
away.
I've done that.
Yeah,
I did that with my secateurs.
Yeah. So don't do that, but do get them today.
I used it the other day. I was out, I've got block paving on the driveway out the front, get all the weeds. I quite like doing that job personally. I quite like going out with my little scraper and scraping up all the weeds in between. So in the shed, grab my little mat for kneeling on, my little scrapey thing, my gloves, in there to carry it out the front, and then all the weeds go in there afterwards. It is, honestly, it's the best tool.
Yeah, but just as a pot to grow your fruit, your veg, your plants, your trees, even fruit trees will grow in here.
Yep.
But right now I've got my tomatoes growing and they're doing really well.
You've got tomatoes in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
I mean, I wonder if it was a bit big for my tomatoes. I did a bit of an experiment actually.
Well, tomatoes like to be planted deep.
Yeah, no, they've
They
done really well.
do,
They've
yeah.
loved it. They've loved it being in there. I did some smaller pots and I did some in these, and the ones in these have done better.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. So they are $19.99. Postage is included. That's good, isn't it?
These are going to be the
That's
best
really
piece
good.
of garden hardware that you buy. I promise you, you will really like these. If
Yeah.
you haven't got these, get these.
That's really good price.
So good. Fiver each.
And you will get your discount if you're a club member, and you'll get your free gift as well.
Nice.
Now, something I bought from the last show. I did. I bought the Pride of Madeira. I bought a few of them actually. I'd always wanted these, but they'd been a bit expensive. And when I saw them previously in our last garden shows, about £40. They are a little bit different, these, because I do like people to come around to my garden and go, oh, what's that?
We all do.
And I'm like, do you not know what that is?
You don't do that.
Do you really not know? No, I'm not like that at all.
He's not like that at
In
all.
fact, I like to share knowledge. Do you know, when I finish work today, I'm actually going to have a committee meeting with our garden club, because I chair a garden club and we're planning our next garden club meeting. But what I love is we all share, you know? And
That's really
gardening
nice.
is about sharing, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
But this is a really spectacular plant. The flowers are, I've only just got mine, so I haven't even planted it yet. But I'm expecting next year, you get massive spikes, don't you?
You get the tallest, stateliest, that's not a word, spires
sounded quite good,
of
actually.
beautiful purple
Look at
flowers.
these.
And there are loads of little flowers all the way covering up that spike that you've got there. Now that's going to flower for you sort of April, May, June, I mean, April through to August, I think, is the flowering.
I didn't realise it was such a
No,
long
it's quite
season.
a long flowering season that you get from this. This has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit as well. I always like to point this out to you because to have that award from the Royal Horticultural Society
It's
is a really big accolade. It's really important.
Now, we've not shown the price yet because you're going to be amazed. If you want the heavy duty pots, that is 130011. But are you ready to see the price of the Pride of Madeira? Because it's nothing like £40. It's $14.99. Now, I don't know, when I ordered mine, and I'll be honest, I ordered it from home, and I put it in my basket and the price was more than $14.99. I think it was $17.99. It might have changed now, but the bottom line is once I put the code in, which you need to do now, the price comes down to $14.99. So don't forget, you always need to put in we call it the magic key code because it opens up all the offers, and this will only be $14.99. And by the way, you know we had those pansies earlier. We said I'd put 2 in and get a discount, and it didn't work. It's working now. We're on it, so don't worry, that is all fixed. And we'll show you that in a second, actually, just to prove it. So here we go, look. So we've put the 2 in there. Oh, that's better.
Oh, that looks much better. There we go.
Our team are great. So there you go. You know, we had those fantastic, say, waterfall fragrant pansies, the trading ones. Now, when you put 2 in, you will get that amazing price of $19.99 and free delivery on those as well. But let's go back to the Pride Madeira. Now, it needs a really good sunny spot, well drained ideally, doesn't it?
Lovely sunny spot, nice well drained soil. But yes, if you put it in the right planting conditions, if you give it that sunshine, you will get those amazing flowers. Now this is a biennial plant, but what you do get from this is that it self-seeds, and it self-seeds prolifically. So once you've got this in your garden, it should mean that you never have to buy another one.
So you get lots of little babies. You might
get loads of little babies from this, and you'll get those. I mean, it feels cottage garden-y, doesn't it, with those tall spires a little bit?
I think it could do,
or maybe it's more.
But it depends what you mix.
Stately garden.
I'm putting mine in my Mediterranean area.
Oh, nice. Well, do you know what? So these grow quite prolifically down in Cornwall. So they do like that warmer south coast weather that we get down there.
I'm definitely thinking back of a border that these heights.
Oh, yeah, they're going to get tall. They're going to reach about 1.50 m, maybe even up to 2 meters in height. Like they do get nice and big. So
I think it's exciting.
Definitely to the back of a border.
Yeah. And hardly to about -5. So if it does, you never know what the winter's going to bring. You know, last winter was really cold. This winter we might not even get a single frost. You never know. But
who knows?
You never know. But if it is really cold, fleece it. Just
bit of mulch, bit of strulch.
Give it a bit of protection.
Go on the website, find some strulch.
Yeah.
That will help to look after this, no problem at all.
But it is exciting. We're down to the last few of these, just to let you know. So if you might be watching the repeat shows. So don't forget when the live show finishes at 4 o'clock, then. You can stream it later on YouTube. You can, stream it, of course, on our website. But we have got stock available right now if you're watching live, coming up to 24, but not a huge amount of those.
Well, no, we're clearing out, aren't we? Which is why this is such an amazing price here today.
It's exciting, that one, isn't it? Really exciting.
Stuart's just told us 25 minutes left. How quickly has that gone?
Are you serious?
25 minutes left, seriously. It's 3:37.
That's 23 minutes then. Right.
We need
to get a wiggle on. We've still got a few things to show you. That's our wiggle. That was a very bad wiggle.
That was my robot dance.
That looked like I had a problem. Anyway, we're going to move on to a very special rose,
we love this.
actually. I can't believe that's the time, seriously.
I know.
Yeah.
Flown by again.
Yeah. It's so lovely to be back with the garden shows. But this is a beautiful rose. We're going to give you the details off because it's the Deborah James, isn't it?
The Deborah James rose, yes, in that 3-litre pot. First of all, look at this stunning new white rose variety. It's got that gorgeous kind of blush pink in the centre as well.
That's pretty, isn't it?
I think it's absolutely stunning. There is a story behind this. Okay, so it's been named after Deborah James, who, famously struggled with bowel cancer.
Yes, she did, yes.
Now, there she is, look. Now, every single sale of this, £2.50, so 10% of the sales from this is going to go to the Bowel Babe Fund for Cancer Research. So I think what a wonderful thing to be able to have this kind of gorgeous, beautiful, new white rose variety, but also, proceeds going towards that amazing charity as well, which is a wonderful thing.
£2.50 rose, am I right?
£2.50, yeah. So 10% of each sale,
there you go. Sorry,
pretty much is going through to that Bowel Babe Fund for Cancer Research.
It's a beautiful rose, isn't it?
It is so pretty.
Because it's white, just with that tiny hint.
Blush of pink, and it's beautifully scented as well.
Gorgeous.
That is beautiful,
it's
isn't it?
Really pretty.
These plants, all the roses that we bring you, they are bred to be, winter hardy, disease resistant. This one has a gorgeous scent to it as well. Plant it in sunshine, doesn't mind a bit of part shade. It will do better in sunshine, but it doesn't mind a bit of part shade. We're talking talking about a height of ultimately about 90 centimetres, maybe a metre in height, spreading by about 60 centimetres, flowering right the way through from May to September. I never used to plant roses and I've got 2 now, but I never used to plant roses because I thought they were really hard to look after. What I have learned is that they are not hard to look after at all. You just need to do a bit of pruning, and you don't even need to be too prescriptive about how you do that pruning either. I know there's lots of videos out there you can watch. Just trim it back. It will be fine.
And I always just think roses, you know, lots of the varieties years ago were very, you know, they get a lot of disease and things like that, but the new varieties, so many of them, as you said, so much more easy to grow.
Very clever people out there who know what they're doing, aren't there?
It must be a wonderful job being a plant breeder.
Must be.
It must be really exciting when you really, do you know what I mean, when you really come up with something special. It's a great time to plant this right now, you know. Get it in the ground or get it in a big pot, let it settle down for the winter, and you're going to have these amazing blooms. They're going to look fantastic as a cut flowers, what do you think?
Yeah, honestly.
Delightful.
Well, the thing is, it's brilliant to use them as a cut flower because also what you're doing is then encouraging new blooms to come through. So as I said, I've got a couple of roses planted out, and you should see, I'm amazed at it. So I've used some as cut flowers, and then you can see the new shoots coming off where I've cut them.
Yeah.
It's so incredible. And then you'll get a much bushier, more beautiful plant as well.
I have to say, look how healthy this is.
Really healthy.
Really healthy.
It's a very
gorgeous.
established plant. It's in a 3-litre pot, so it's really ready for you to plant out. And now is the perfect time for you to plant this out. What we bring you at YouGarden is, and we're very proud of this, but it's things that are of interest now, things that you should be doing in the garden right now. What we don't do is bring you products and ask for you to pay us, and then we'll dispatch it to you in 3 months' time.
No, we don't know any of that.
Everything is here, ready to be dispatched. You know, it's ready for your garden right now.
And it's perfect to plant right now. It isn't a long, deep pot because roses have got deep roots, haven't they?
They have indeed, yeah. So you need to plant, if you are planting this into a pot, make sure you go for a deeper pot.
It could go in one of those urns that we had earlier.
Oh, it could go in the urns, or it could go in...
Well, can we do
could go in
urns
the olive
first,
planter. Okay, no problem. I'll just get this ready.
I'm feeling urny, you know. I like urns, I do. I love these. It could go in the centre of those. Obviously, I'd probably put something trailing around it, wouldn't you? Maybe
you could.
The trailing pansies and things like that.
Trailing pansies in there. You know, switch those out for some lobelia next summertime.
I mean, imagine
you've
got this gorgeous white rose with a hint of pink. But those are the urns, by the way, at just $24.99.
2 of them.
Yeah, they're half price today. So
that's amazing.
Amazing value. In fact, right, I'm just gonna.
Here, I'll take it out of the way for you.
Sorry,
No, we'll just move it. It's fine.
I'm just going to look. I'm sure we've got the prices. I'm sure I saw it on
We
the
have
bottom of one of
indeed,
these.
yes.
Yeah, look. I knew I'd seen it. Right, hang on. Sorry, hang on. I've got. Oh, you're there. Sorry. Right. Hello. I know. You don't like me too close, do you? But look, they are $29.99 each. There you go. So that is the usual price. We're going to give you 2 for $24.99. I knew I'd seen them at £30.
That's great value.
There you go.
I might have to get a couple of those.
I want a couple of those. We're going to get competitive, you and I, aren't we?
Yeah, well, but you've got a bigger garden than me.
Doesn't matter.
I'm never going to win, am I?
No, I think you are, because actually I think you can make a small garden look, it's easy to make a small garden look good.
A bigger impact,
yeah,
maybe.
There's always areas of mine that are a mess, because, I don't have time to...
Do it all.
Just as one bit looks good, another starts to look terrible. So, no matter what size garden you've got, even if you've just got a balcony, a little patio, a backyard, you can make the smallest spaces look wonderful. And I know... with the garden club that I run, we did a thing called Safari Gardens. We all go around and have a look at each other's gardens. And what people have done with the most, unusual spaces.
Yeah.
I think it's really, if you've got a small garden, I think you can do all sorts with it, can't you?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
it is.
YouGarden, gardening for everybody. Now, you like this one, and I agree with you.
I've got a couple of these, that's why.
Have you?
In fact, I've got...
do you need a hand lifting that, by the way?
No.
Bex?
Oh, well, you'd think so, wouldn't you? No, I'm Superwoman, look. No, this is made of plastic.
It doesn't look
so it doesn't
it
look
looks
it.
ceramic, doesn't it?
It looks like glazed ceramic. It looks like it's going to be ridiculously heavy, hard to move around your garden, but not the case. This is plastic, UV stabilized, frost resistant, gorgeous effects that are going on here. That olive design, the beautiful shiny, looks like that ceramic glaze that's on here. I've got acers planted in mine.
Lovely.
In fact, the one that we showed on the earlier show with the pinky colour to it, I've got one of those in here. It looks absolutely phenomenal. This is going to last you for many, many years because of that UV stabilisation. What are we doing? 19.99.
That is good, isn't it? Let's have a look.
$22.99.
And bearing in mind, on today's show, with every single order, so I'm coming back, but every single order, as long as you put in that code, YGTV9, you get your free gift. And today you're going to get Blooming Fast worth £4.99. You don't need to put this in your basket. Just enter the code, and any of the promotions that are running, like the waterfall pansies and things like that, you'll automatically get those extra discounts. And that, say, is a brilliant all-round fertiliser. Will make up to about 20 watering cans full of your premium fertiliser, very high in N, P and K. Right. Those pre-planted baskets, you've loved these. These are in our...
Sorry.
Some wonderful walks today. No, we sold out of the plant of the month, the Pansy Cool Wave in the berries and cream. And do you know what? Seriously, we don't know when we're going to get that back. We're hoping sometime in September. It may be the end of September. But if you want your Pansy Cool Wave berries and cream, we've actually got 2 baskets already potted up, grown on the nursery, ready to go, and these will give you flowers and colour for up to 9 months of the year. That will take you into May or June, won't it?
Yeah, right the way through to May time. Basically, they'll go to...
May.
They'll probably go to sleep during the hot summer months because they're not particularly fans of the hot summer months. Mine went to sleep sort of June, July, August.
I hate the heat.
But mine are going to start waking up again now. I've got just a couple in the borders and they're going to start waking up again. And this is exactly what these are going to give you. Colour all the way through those winter months. Pre-planted hanging baskets ready for you to just hang up, basically. They have the hanging bits on here, but these are the anti-twist as well, so they're not going to get twisted up. These just clip into place. So yeah, look, they're the anti-twist ones, so they're just going to clip into place. Or if you just want to use them as pots, you don't have to attach these. Just like the one down here, we haven't attached the hanging bits to it, so you can just use it as a pot. And these will gently sort of tumble over the edges. You don't need to have them as hanging baskets at all.
And all the work's been done, hasn't it? You know, the nursery have grown these. They are ready to go straight in your garden. You know, you can hang them up, you can use them as pots and steps. But, you know, some of your baskets might have just gone over. You know, some of mine have, not all of them, but a few have gone
mine
over.
are starting to go.
Yeah.
And I need to refresh those now. So now I still want to have that winter colour. That colour over the winter months.
Of course you do.
This is exactly how to do it. A perennial plant that's going to come back for you year after year, so you can use these constantly year after year. You might want to, after you've finished with them in the hanger baskets, plant them out into your borders and they will trail on the ground for you. Winter hardy down to -25. These are going to be an absolute workhorse for you. They're just going to keep flowering.
And what we love about the Pansy Cool Wave, you know, we brought you it in the past, but in the traditional colours. This is a brand new colour palette.
Love the colours.
I think it's very high end. It looks very regal. It looks very sophisticated, and I love the cool sort of serenity and calmness of it.
I love purples and whites together.
Same here.
I think I'm going to find a little area in the garden and just do purple and white everywhere because I think it's really classy look.
I agree. And when you look at the price, all the work's been done. They're only $24.98 for 2 of these. Just want to talk about postage as well, because when it comes to postage, and a lot of you have discovered this, you only ever pay 1 postage per order. So if you buy a particularly big item, these need a lot of special packaging.
Yeah.
But you'll only pay the postage on those and nothing else. So do bear that in mind. Do it all in one go. You'll pay 1 postage, even if you ordered everything in the show. You'd only pay 1 postage. So that's another way that we can save you a lot of money. I think because you're going direct to us now, YouGarden, this is the nursery, you get amazing deals, even better than before.
Yeah.
Because we're cutting everyone out straight from the nursery, straight to you at home. Right, can we pick our favourites, Bex?
Yes. I'm going to go with Primrose. Can I go Primrose Benelli?
Yeah, if you want.
Because I think they're lovely. And I think they are, I love the bicolour on these. I think they're great because they're garden ready plants, which means they're easy for us to plant out into the garden right now. You're getting 30 of them, which is
amazing
value for money. And these are another one that's going to give us that winter colour. I know we're still enjoying the gardens and all the rest of it, and it's summer, woohoo! But my brain has definitely started thinking about winter, spring, what I'm planting, what I'm doing, what I'm planning on doing, and now is the time to get planning and planting.
I drove home late last night and it was quite misty.
Yes.
I was like,
I know, it's coming, guys. I'm sorry to say it.
Yeah, but also going to be a lovely time. You know, as you were saying.
It can be.
You know, gardening is for all year round. Let's have a look at these.
It really, really is.
So these are bicolour, aren't they?
They are bicolour mix. What you're getting, I mean, look at these look like they've been put together in posies, but this is actually how they grow, which I think it's incredible. They're a perennial. They're going to come back for you every single year. They've got those gorgeous evergreen leaves on there, so there will constantly be interest in these. They're flowering right now. They're ready to burst into bloom for you and keep flowering right the way through to sort of April time next year. Nice and compact in the way that they grow, 20 by 20 centimetres. But remember that you're getting 30 plants included in here. So, you know, multiply 30 plants by that 20 by 20 centimetres. This is going to fill such a large area. Primroses are, they're a woodland plant, so these don't mind shady areas as well. So you don't have to find the sunniest spot at all. If you've got some shady areas in the garden, this is going to be absolutely fine. They're clump forming too. I love it when you've got a clump forming plant, because that means you can divide those clumps in subsequent years, and then you're getting free flowers, which is always good, isn't it? Oh. Pots, borders, window boxes. This is going to brighten up so many areas for you.
And what I tend to do, I do, you know, often put them in my hanging baskets, my winter pots. But when they're done, and when I say done, when it heads towards summer and they stop flowering, I then just put them in the beds and borders, and I put them in the shady areas and amongst plants, and they come back year after year.
Yeah, honestly, this is what I do. Whenever I plant something out into a pot, I then want to change the pot over. Then I take whatever was in that pot and put it into the border. Yeah. And then my border, honestly, I cannot wait over the coming years, because I've really spent some time on it this last year. And
how
the borders are going to look amazing.
How long have you been in your home?
Well, to be honest, I've been in my home for about 9-10 years, but I didn't really focus much attention on the garden. I potted and I did a few bits and pieces, but it's really only in the last few years that I've really put some time and attention into it, because I changed jobs and it gave me a bit more time to be able to. So, you know, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see what happens to that garden.
Isn't gardening just the best?
I love it.
Is it the best hobby?
So much fun.
Great for the mind, great for the soul, and great physically as well. You know. Yeah. I think I burn a lot of calories on the gardening. So that's your favourite. Do you know what I'm going to pick?
One of them.
I'm going to pick the Pride of Madeira, because I bought it the other week. Have we got any left though? I'm just going to check. We have got some left, haven't we?
I think we've got a few. We've got a few. We've got a few.
Cool. Right.
Let's bring that one.
Do you know, I was wondering what this would look like in the green pot as well. But this is the Pride of Madeira, and the value today for this, it's an incredible plant. And I always wanted one, but they were quite expensive. You know, quite often we've seen them about £40. We have got them today. It's the last of the stock, and we have got them today for $14.99. And I love the foliage, but it's the flowers, because they're going to create, next spring, you're going to start to see these massive purple spikes form. Now, because it's called the Pride of Madeira, so you'll have seen this if you've ever been to the beautiful island of Madeira, which has got pretty good temperatures all year round. So it likes a sunny spot, this, doesn't it?
It does really like a sunny spot, yes. And these spikes, they're going to reach about 1.5 metres in height.
I mean, that's good.
It's really tall. So if you're planting these out into your borders, like you said earlier, definitely choose the back of the border for this one.
It is going to need a bit of space, let's be honest.
It's going to need a bit of space. It will spread as well. So we're talking 1.5 metre height, but it could even spread that much in width as well. So this is going to need a bit of space. It is winter hardy, down to about -5. So I think in most areas absolutely fine, but it might be one that you want to just give a little bit of extra looking after too over the winter months. Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. It's really important that you understand that, because they don't just give those accolades away willy-nilly. To get the Award of Garden Merit from the RHS means that they've tested it. They've tested it to say that it's a proven performer in our home gardens. So it just gives you that peace of mind.
And I mean, I'm sorry, that price, $14.99. That's why I bought it. And I'm hoping, I will share some pictures with you next spring and summer, and you'll see how it's getting on in my garden. But with your club discount, and a lot of you have now become club members. So remember, it's £5 a year on auto renewal. £5 a year, you get 10% off all the plants and the compost every single time that you order. But we're just clearing. That's the last of the stock of those. Tell you what we're going to do though, because we're nearly out of time. Want to say a big thank you to everyone that's tuned in and see Consumers Live on YouTube, Facebook and on the YouGarden.com website as well. Let's do though a little review of some of the items we've seen today live here on YouGarden TV, so get your pens and papers ready. Now these are really cute. These are the pair of tiny Pampers. So if you've always wanted Pampers grass but you're a bit worried about how big it can get, because it can really get huge, can't it? Great if you've got a huge garden, but not great if you haven't. These are a compact variety. They only go to about 60 centimetres, but you'll get all the joy of the Pampas grasses there, and they look great, they feel great. I think architecturally these are stunning, but it's a small compact variety. I've recently bought these as well, £24.98, and fine in a pot of course as well.
We'll put them in the urns.
Yes, that was good. Yeah, I like the idea of them in the urns. 560991, and you do get 2 of those with a £5 saving off the recommended retail price. Now the allium collection was amazing, wasn't it?
I love that allium collection. This is one that if you've never planted alliums, you will absolutely look at that. That is absolutely stunning, and it's the complete allium collection. I think it's 7 different varieties you're getting and 100 bulbs in total. The price on that is incredible.
And postage is included. That works out 15 pence a bulb.
Woo.
And so the bigger alliums, let them to, when they go over, they still look really nice.
They do. Dry them.
Yeah.
The displays you can get from a dried allium is incredible.
Yeah. And you'll have seen, online on Instagram and things, dried alliums look amazing. Then we had a very, very kind of decadent, dark, deep tulip called Queen of the Night. That's the perfect name for this tulip. So it's almost black, but with a really deep purple in there, and it's dramatic. It will make the most wonderful display. We think it would look great with white potentially, wouldn't it? It would look really nice with white.
You definitely want it paired with lighter colours, I think. So whites or really pastel colours, because then that dark colour will show out even more.
Yeah, but quite magnificent, that one. And amazing quality, really nice big bulbs. Pretty much guaranteed to give you 20 stunning tulips this year and for many years to come. And now then we had the trailing pansies, and we sorted out that offer, didn't we?
We did.
Yes. We got a great offer on these. So basically, if you use the code YGTV9, if you buy 12 and then double up, you'll get 2 for £19.99. So you've got to put 2 in your basket, like this. So we put 2 in there, use the code, and then suddenly, there you go, we're getting the free blooming fast, and we're getting them for £19.99 with free delivery. That is really good, isn't it?
Really good.
Yes, you get 24 plugs and your blooming fast there for £19.99. Delivery is included. Then we had the Patio Boulevard. Now these are our compact variety of clematis. They flower pretty much all the way through the summer, but again, great for smaller gardens.
Yeah, because it's that compact variety. If you've got a smaller space, this is going to be absolutely ideal. If you want to put them on a balcony or a patio or something, then invest in the tower pots. Get 2 or 3 of those tower pots, and these will look nice. Brilliant.
And you got a £10 saving on those as well. 550177 is your item number. We are selling out time. These shows have gone so quickly. I hope you've enjoyed them as much as we have. Bex is going camping with her family. It's either going to be a wonderful adventure or it's going to be terrible. It depends how much.
Apparently it's quite windy there at the minute, so who knows?
Yeah. Oh, and I've just checked the weather. It's going to rain.
It's going to rain. I'm a fair weather camper, so I'm not quite sure how this is going to go.
But so we'll see Bex next week. Adam Wilcott, award-winning garden designer, is going to be with me tomorrow. So we're back live. Tell your friends and family. 10 o'clock till midday and 2 till 4 live tomorrow with YouGarden. You can stream us on YouTube. Just type in YouGarden. Look for the watering can, YGTV. You'll find us there, and you can also find us on Facebook, and you can go straight to the website. And there's a big banner at the top, and you can click on there anytime and watch us. But we are going to leave you the details of those fabulous garden urns, which are such amazing value. I mean, they will make your garden, either side of patio doors, either side of steps, whatever. They're going to make your garden look magnificent. And we planted that one up just before the show, actually, and it already looks fabulous there, doesn't it? With the red barren grass.
It really does look
there,
amazing.
The pansies, they're on our website as well. But it just gives you a little bit of inspiration. And those urns are UV resistant, they're frost proof.
Yep.
You'll have those years, if not decades.
Honestly, they will last you for such a long time. They're going to add height to your garden because they're that bit taller than other standard pots in there as well. But they're also going to add a touch of elegance and a touch of class.
Yeah.
So I think those look very designer. I think they look beautiful either side of your doorway. Plant them up like this with those with the pansy matrix mix. Maybe you want to go for the pampas grasses and put those in. That will fill that out really quickly.
And if you've got a few trailers, even ivy in the winter,
that would look lovely over the edges.
Yeah, it's got a lot of height there to allow you to trail as well. We are selling out of time. I'm going to say it one final time. You can order after the show. Just use that code YGTV9. Join the club as well. £5 for the year on auto renewal, and you're going to save a fortune. Bex, it was so lovely to have you back.
I had so much fun. Thank you.
Wasn't it?
I can't wait to come back and do it again next week.
We've just got the best job, haven't we?
Stop telling everybody.
Yeah. So we're live tomorrow, back in the nursery, in our potting shed. We will see you 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Don't miss it. See you soon. Take care.